What's happening, y'all? Welcome to the Amaury Love Podcast, episode 3, which it actually should look like 40, y'all. But we're here, which is crazy. Forgive me for not looking at the camera. I'm looking at the screen, and I ain't got to do a screen yet. And for the audio listeners, just don't mind me right now. Anyways, right? So the title of this episode is called More Money, which is based off a movie, one of my favorite movies when I was a kid, with Damon Wayans and Marlon Wayans. And in the sequencing of the tape and in the album, it's the transition period of, the worker is, I'm describing my work life, what I'm doing and what I'm thinking about while I'm working. More money is the feeling of just getting paid. You know what I'm saying? And being an irresponsible man in my late teens and early 20s, I definitely enjoyed that feeling a lot. Overindulged in that feeling. And it's funny because as I think about this now, that's funny because I was like, man, I don't even know what I'm talking about today, but I need to make sure I do this because I wanted to commit to this. You know what I'm saying? I didn't even tell the homies because I want them to participate, but I'm like, nah, let me get this off real quick. And if they call, whatever, that's just going to happen. But I'm trying to keep this as natural as possible, so I want to plan just enough to make this, like, because I'm doing this, so I don't want to half-ass it, but at the same time, I want to be as natural as possible. So y'all forgive me as I walk through these steps and try to figure this shit out. But yeah, because I was having a conversation with a friend of mine earlier, and I'm in a space now where like things are better than it just was, and I'm still operating from a space of like survival. Like I feel this subconsciously, like I'm doing things without thinking that is in react to being in survival mode, right? So even when things look better, I still have like this, you know what I'm saying? I won't go into detail on that because I don't even want to display my traumas for everybody, but more so to describe how I'm working a long ass time. You get what I'm saying? And especially to people who are younger than me out here, who's chasing a dream, but also being responsible and making sure that you creating some type of financial freedom for yourself. You should keep in mind that like you have so much time, especially the older you get, the more responsibilities you get, the more time is pulled to you. Until then you become old, but it's the opposite. But you know what I'm saying? So me being that I'm about to be 36 on May 17th, which is my birthday, which WVR is dropping on, I look back at certain times in my life and going, connecting this back to the previous episode. I was describing my times at Alorica, which was called PRC, the call center, whatever. We flipping direct TV and shit. Seriously, we was getting. Anyways, in those times, I found myself directionless. Like I know what I wanted to do. Like I was just blindly. The moment I made that decision, yeah, I'm from the rap. I was just blindly making decisions. Or taking everything is a sign. You know what I'm saying? Because simultaneously, as I'm going deeper into my rap journey, I also was walking in my steps of consciousness. You know what I'm saying? Like just learning about different things and watching these videos of brothers debating about religions and all types of shit. So and hearing people talk about certain books, me reading these books and like, oh shit, this is crazy. Just like how I told y'all before when the homie D Nasty, he's a person that put me on the Hidden Colors. So that kind of, it's an interesting transition in like, cause like pre 2013 into like 2012, 2011, like how like people talking about or videos about the Illuminati and all this. Even though I probably mentioned this before, so if you haven't heard me before, here we go. Not to go too deep into that, but it's interesting how like being like, what is this? What the fuck is this? Oh, what does this mean? Led into like, oh shit, the fuck is Kemet? Oh, Kemet is Egypt. Oh, why do they call it? Oh, that's what the Greeks called it. Okay. Oh, these people. Oh, yeah, Egypt is in Africa. So on and so forth. And not just because I know people gonna be, oh, you're biased. You're just talking about Kemet all the time. No, even though it is the flower of civilization, but I'm bringing that up as a reference point because between that time and now, there's so much that happened, and even growing up in America and in the school system, you get a certain view. You get the white view. You know what I'm saying? You get these white folks that are creating these narratives and all type of shit. And it's crazy because I don't even mean to go into this. Damn, I don't know why I'm going into this because I feel like I'm ill prepared. I ain't like Vic Mensa or something. I could just have information, withdraw it immediately. See, even now I'm talking. Goddamn. And I fuck with Vic Mensa. I wasn't even like a slide or nothing like that. I mean that's impressive. You know what I mean? You rap that good and you knowledge yourself. Okay, that's fucking fire. Anyways, even when I came to Puerto Rico last year before moving here, my auntie invited me on vacation, whatever, and that was my first time as an adult. And then my previous memory of that was probably like 10 years old, so I don't remember nothing outside of being in the same house that I was at, that I'm at, and whatever. That's it. I'm going to an anime store, buying fucking Dragon Ball Super Saiyan 4 Dragon Ball GT Goku. I mean Vegeta. And so I brought this up to say that damn, I lost my train of thought. Counter one up. This is fun having a podcast. All right. I had a real ill point I was gonna make. We just connected more money. Now I'm watching the playback and be like, damn, bro, you just hold on a podcast and live. Yeah, I'm tired, bro. I'm just extremely tired. I've been up since 3 in the morning, and I had to go to work at 4. I got back like a couple hours ago, so forgive me if I'm exhausted. Which is the reason why we want to talk about these things, because if you a youngin' and got time to do what you got to do and build yourself up, make sure you going for it. I'm trying to think. I'm probably derailing, but it was the same thing. When I was talking about how both things parallel, right? During learning about the Illuminati and this and third, and learning to walk into consciousness or whatever, and how different things I was absorbing at the time was, I was educating myself in knowledge of self. You know what I mean? See, now I'm remembering what I was just saying. It's supposed to be brother Kevin. Anyways, the initial point of me even bringing any of this shit up was to say that had I known better, I would have done better. And clearly, I know better because of the experience that I wouldn't have anything any other way. Oh, boom! My bad, y'all. I just remembered. Boom! Exactly. It came back. I was talking about when I came back from Puerto Rico, when I came to Puerto Rico and whatever, I got to experience the culture and whatnot. I was like, man, I don't even know, to be honest, bro. I'm born and raised in Dade. I've never like dug into like the history of Puerto Rico and understand. I'm Puerto Rican. That's just what it is. You know what I'm saying? So I found some audiobook. I tell you right now, because I don't want y'all to think I'm capping. Let me see. My bad. I got it. My collection is kind of heavy now, bro. Low key. It was Puerto Rican defiance of U.S. colonialism. Goddamn. That boy can't read. For the camera views, look, this is it right here. Down. How you focus, bro? How does this work? I ain't professional yet. It's written by Javier A. Hernandez. Anyways, he describes where when after Spain, after the United States claimed Puerto Rico and made it commonwealth with the United States, which makes Puerto Rico United States territory. One of the things that they implemented was like forcing the United States educational system onto the island, and the Puerto Ricans wasn't with it. Like, bro, this is what you doing. I wish I could go into the more nuances of just like what exactly happened and who contributed to like, nah, we're not doing that, because then it also led into like they didn't United States didn't want Puerto Ricans to wave their flag, right? To the point where people died because they wanted the right to wave their flag. And somehow or another, I don't know what necessarily took place. And again, this is me learning in real time. But that's why I led from the Puerto Rican flag going from like a light blue color to the same color as the American flag color. Um, Interesting shit, bro. I'm like, oh, all this shit was happening, bro. There's only so much that I know, but yeah. Uh, so, anyways, tying this back into more money because this is what the episode is about. So, if y'all skip me up to the point, I'm sorry for all this extra narrative in the beginning, which there was jewels in there. But so in my time on the Lorcas, when well, a lot of things were happening rap wise, right? Like I got my first performance. Um, I ended up meeting this lady named Miss Christie. I don't know if I talked about this. I think I haven't talked about this podcast, so this is a kind of good pivot. So I was working while working at a Lorca. There's this what's the homie name? There's this white dude named Andrew. I ain't gonna say his last name. I don't know. Anyways, he was like, "Hey, yo," I guess he was he knew Miss Christie at the time, and he was like, "Hey, I know this lady. She's she's like she's having artists perform for her. And she's throwing showcases and so on and so forth. And he told me about it. I'm like, yeah, bet. Let me know. You get what I'm saying? And at this point, like, I'm in where I'm working at, bruh. Everybody make music, bruh. Everybody be like, oh, you rap? Yeah, I rap too. All right, bet, bruh. Let's do something. All right. And sometimes just be in the air unless someone, someone actually makes a move on it. And it's funny because I do think that I think like Miami artists, we would work more with each other if given better circumstances. I just think we don't really have in real time I see it that the music infrastructure is being created. But like everyone's pretty much moving independently and doing what they think is the right thing. You get what I'm saying? And figuring it out for the most part, which is interesting. You know what I mean? Like, cause I see like the homies now. Like I just seen god damn, this nigga Nick Garcia, the Pinga, bruh. He opened a coffee shop, and I'm like, oh, that's so fucking gas, bruh. Like it's dope because now that's a part of the, Miami hip hop culture, thing, because it's trans, like hip hop is it's not just rap. It's so many different things. You know what I'm saying? It's a lifestyle. It's the way you carry yourself. Shit, it's my religion, bitch. What the fuck you talking about? But so it's so dope that that's a part of that. You get what I'm saying? I've seen like people that I went to high school, went to high school with and went to fucking college with, seeing the seeds that they planted back then sprout and start to grow. So it's so fucking gas to me. But back then as well, like we just figuring this shit out for the most part. So anyways, so I eventually meet Miss Christie, and when I met Miss Christie, she was I was outside. I was smoking a black and mild or something. I ain't even gonna lie. I used to have bad habits, but it's before. You know what I'm saying? I might be learning about fucking spirituality. Chakra points. Oh shit, every color affects something. You know what I'm saying? I'm in like still on the borders of that shit. So I ain't even get into health and like fucking, Dr. Sabi and all these type of, Dr. Lily of Africa. You know what I mean? There's people that Dick Gregory. You know what I mean? I'm probably on Dick Gregory then because his interviews that he was making was that's Dick Gregory's one of my favorite people to ever exist on the planet. Man, it's phenomenal. If you don't know, you better ask somebody. But anyways, I'm still on the surface of like learning this shit, right? For a time frame where I want to say like 2015, 2014. I started working on it's probably like 2 years in, because my first 2 years at the Lord, I was bullshit. I was still partying and fucking getting fresh and buying a bunch of bullshit, and then I ended up getting my apartment. Like I moved in with someone I used to date, which that's a whole nother story. I'll get into the nuance of that another time. But that was an interesting thing, because I thought it was some dope rapper shit. Like, oh, you do this, and I'm an up and coming rapper. This is fire, bro. It's gonna be ill for the story. But now this is an adult. I'm like, bro, I can't. That's because you know what I'm saying. This is people's real life, motherfucker. Like, at this point in the age that I'm at now, motherfuckers is goddamn parents and like, people in their community and all type of shit, bro. So like sometimes, like not everything is fucking content. You know what I'm saying? Like some let people's real life or personal life or whatever just let be that. You know what I'm saying? Or and let them choose to share what they want to share with y'all. You get what I'm saying? Now this sharing bullshit and you entertain it, that's your fault. Um, but anyways, so whatever we connect and she the first performance was at South Beach and I remember that shit crack cause like it not my first perform like my first performance after the one I told y'all before, right? Well, the one that Mocha Kelly threw. Now it's like my first performance with this lady got a bunch of other rappers on the goddamn list. You know what's funny? So ill too. I think I might be mistaken, but that might be the first day I met Zamunda Futuristic. And he from Coconut Grove. Like he going crazy too. Which is another rapper y'all should tap into. Miami got so much goddamn talent. But I think that's the same night I met him. And there's another cat, bro. I forgot his name, bro. But he ended up getting signed to T.I., bro, low key. Wild Child. Damn, I don't even want to butcher bro's name. Cause now that I think about these times, I cherish them so much. Especially moving to Puerto Rico, bro. This shit not around me no more. Man. But and I'm grateful because I love it here. I ain't going nowhere. You know what I'm saying? Like shit, if you love me, you better come over here. But for real. But so yeah, boom. We fucking a bunch of like, you know, the performances in South Beach. So I'm hyped, bro. And I'm like, well, I'm about to perform for the first time in South Beach. This is crazy. And damn, I don't know. I might be butchering the times, right? But there was a time that Fat Boy came with me, and I don't know if I went by myself for the first time. I probably didn't. I probably invited people. Cause there's Jazzit was the spot, bro. Like Jazzit was the spot. That's where we like. It's no longer there. But it was on South Beach. I think it was on Washington, bro. And it was 2 floors too. Like, and they had a stage on the bottom floor and a stage on the top floor. And that shit was always fucking lit. Cause it's on watch. So it's like, oh, it's lit. We finna go to watch. We gonna perform on South Beach for that's such a big thing to me. I'm like, damn, my second performance on the beach. You gotta be I'm about to be famous. Little did I know how that's not how it works, bro. You don't perform one time and now you get discovered and they rest of your talent. But the performance was damn. I don't want to cap and say like this is the first performance because I don't recall exactly what the first performance was. But I can tell you it's either the second or third. I'll tell y'all a story about that because it was hilarious. Because I remember me and the homie Fat, we was again. I was young. What is 2014, 2015? I'm 24, 25 years old. I'm just doing shit I'm not supposed to be doing. So I remember me and Fat, we drove, and I had a fucking now I'm thinking about it, that was after I moved out. I had a fucking gold Hyundai, some shit, that I crashed too. That's a list in the cars. Yeah, I had an ugly ass car. I had a whole man. If I talk about all the cars I had, it's ridiculous, bro. There's no reason I should. Now some people like, oh, this is my first car. I've had this car forever. I see J. Cole said the first car he was whipping. Dude, nah, bro. Ran through them hoes, bro. That's why it was hard for me to get car Puerto Rico. I got a politic. Well, you see what happened was they didn't pay the goddamn. They didn't put the fucking what's that shit called when they put your fucking like the insurance, the gap. They didn't put the gap in there, so they were supposed to pay it. So we disputing this. I gotta explain this when I'm getting a new car. Then they gotta fucking contemplate. Thank God for my grandpa. They would have told me to, all right, well, you want a car? You have to buy the whole thing, or we're gonna fucking your what's the goddamn interest rate about to be 78%. I'm obviously being sarcastic. Anyways, I didn't mean to defer. So yeah, bro. So me and Fat, all right, I'm finna go perform, whatever, right? So we pull up to the little, it was like a parking garage on 7th Street or whatever. There's always park at because it's always $1 an hour, and it was a little minute walk, but we was like, fuck it. Anyways, like we walk into this shit, like we run into girls, and we change, like it's like a whole movie. It feel like that because it's like, what the fuck? I've never like it's new, bro. Because you know what I'm saying, I'm performing now, so I'm like, oh, I'm in rap mode, bro. Like I got, you know what I'm saying, the mixtape is already out. Fucking I mean, like we performing on the beach now, so everything is fucking, you know, I'm like a big ass kid, like my eyes like, oh, this is fun, you know what I'm saying, like, and man, damn, now that I think about it, I'm gonna wait till Fat on the Hold on. Let me see if I could get Fat on here real quick. That'd be hilarious. So, nah, I'm gonna wait. I'm gonna wait because he'll sell it better than me. Cause that shit was mad random. I remember he walked this because we trying to figure shit. We broke. We had a we had bought a fucking like 6 pack of Blood Light Platinum or a 12 pack or some shit. We drank all them shits in the car and then walked to the goddamn performance. And we fucking lit and fucking like turned and fucking, we went. I remember walking and we trying to figure. I'm like we trying to get inside and I'm talking to the like the security or whatever. Like, oh yeah, I'm about to perform this and third. I gotta pull out my phone, show whatever shit. He ended up walking inside, and then when he came back, what he gave me, I'm like, where the fuck did you get all this shit from? He's like, bro, like, it was funny, bro. You know how like in a video game, somebody just walk in and walk out and they got items or some shit that you needed. Then I'm like, damn, I need this guy now. And it was so funny because he just walked in, popped back out. Come on, bro. And had his hand like, here you go. And it's just fucking hilarious, bro. I let him tell it, and if you want to share the details, then he will. But I thought that shit was hilarious as fuck. And bro, those times at the goddamn at Jazz, it was ill, bro. That's how I got to practice performing too. I do remember one time that I was kind of hot because like I remember I invited everybody at work, like everybody, like and everyone showed up. And I didn't get my performance time was like at 4 something in the morning, bro. So by the time I got to perform, everybody left. Like, damn, Amaury, you know I want to stay, bro, but you know what I'm saying, the kids, oh, Amaury, and I don't, you know, shit, the fact they showed up, I was fucking grateful, but I was so hot, bro. I was like, man, that's some bullshit, man. Because then I got to go to work the next day. Ain't nobody see me perform. Hey, how'd it go? All right, so I want to transition from a lot, because it's kind of funny. When I was because a lot of the songs that I have for Nerd Life 2 were already recorded, so I was just kind of like figuring them out. But I didn't drop it, right? And, oh, I'm trying to think. I think it was already, nah. Damn, it's crazy how things are in alignment. Because I ended up quitting Alorca. My big cousin, Ryan, at the time he had this business, which was pretty much his company was like the middleman for businesses that couldn't get traditional loans, where like they'll be denied by the bank, but they're like, all right, well, if you pay a little more interest, then we can give you what you're looking for, type stuff. So he plugged me in because like, hey, you already selling that DirecTV. I know you know how to make money. I know you know how to sell. You know, this could work, whatever. So I was like really contemplating, because at the time I had left the situation with my roommate and I went back to the crib, but I'm on the couch, and I was like, all right, cool. I'm gonna hit the couch for like 6 months. I'm gonna go get another apartment, whatever. That was the thought process at the time. Little did I know my whole world was gonna change. So, my last day at work, I met somebody. Man, what the fuck? I met my ex at the time, right? Well, before she was my ex, I was my last day at work. And I don't want to make it weird because that's my dog. You know what I'm saying? Like, we only dated for 2 years. This shit years ago, but that's still someone that's, you know what I'm saying. You know what I mean? There's people that come in your circle in your life for either a season or a reason, type shit like that. You know what I'm saying? You want to keep those bridges, especially when people have been authentic with you the whole time, regardless of whether things, you know what I'm saying, sometimes people grow apart and motherfuckers still going and whatever. So I'm saying this to say, just for context, so I don't want people to, oh, he still talk to his ex and he's must be nah, none of that bullshit. Cause I gotta hear that from the women in my life. I don't need to hear that from the goddamn comments, which who knows if this shit take off. But anyways, right? It's interesting because my last day at work is when she worked there, but like I was like, oh man, you got an Instagram or something? Because I was telling her about my music, and she's like, nah, but you could take my number, whatever, exchange numbers, whatever, right? I'm only giving this context and this piece of the story to say is that fast forward a little later, my situation with my cousin was kind of lit because the way that the amount of money you can make with just one sale was crazy. So I was just like, man, fuck that. DirecTV, if I was running it up, I could do this here. But this shit was way harder than what it seemed. You know what I'm saying? And granted, I feel like I'm in the reconnect department, so we not dealing with just sales. And again, I'm in my spiritual journey, right? So once I lock something in my mind, like it's weird, but and I know like the homies be like, oh, you're always optimistic and you're always thinking about the glass half full and I have it. Like, no, I ain't finna let you sit there and be negative. So you gonna hear what the fuck I gotta say. And I'ma stand on my POV because that's how I feel. Like, right? So my moral compass hates selling. I hate selling. I hate it because I'm trying to make you do something that you might not necessarily need for my best interest. And it goes against like how you know what I'm saying? Like, nah, I don't want to, you know what I'm saying? And I know, oh, this is the way you think about it. No, because if you really look at it, you're trying to give them something that they need. Nah, I'm trying to benefit because I need this sale. And you know what I'm saying? And it's different. I feel like if I had a sales job and I already had money, it'll be, and I believed in something, it'll be completely different. Because I'll be selling something I believe in, and I'm not worried about like, oh, I gotta pay rent. You know what I'm saying? Or I gotta pay this phone bill. Or I gotta fucking, oh, this shit coming up. I gotta make sure this investment opportunity came up. Oh, this person said he'll give me this for a feature. Oh, well, I don't got it. You know what I'm saying? That's a whole different conversation. And we gonna talk about more money in a sec. Because cash advance the next episode. So I'm deciding, so I'll talk about like financial shit that I kind of like picked up on that I'm not all the way like fully tapped in, but like I was before. We'll see how the rest of this podcast goes. Oh shit. The irony. Hold on, my bad. Who's this? My bad, work just text me. So who the hell calling? I don't know what the fuck going on. Oh, the homie called me at. Okay, bet. My bad. I thought I missed some shit. Bad, y'all boys. All right. My bad. Work shit I had. I'm like, all right, make sure I'm good, bro. See, look, they go to that trauma kick. I'm like, what? Job compromise. Wait, hold on. No. Fuck that. Need to make sure I'm on point because now I know what I could do, which we're gonna get into all that in a second. Damn, can I cut this? I'll probably leave it, man. Be invested in fuck it. I appreciate you patience with me. Again, I'm walking to this and doing this shit new, and also got other stuff I want to do because the tape is done. But you get that feels so good, bro. Once I got the little green confirmation submitted, and like whatever, like now it's delivered. That shit feels so good, bro. I can't wait for y'all to hear the whole tape, bro. It's way better than I thought it was gonna sound. Granted, if you heard the original, I don't want to make it seem like it's a whole new tape. You got 35 or something. No, it's the same tape, but it's given. Obviously, there's more songs on there, but now the context of like, ooh, y'all got you got one story of it, like one version of the story, and now you have what I initially envisioned, the audio movie. I'm probably gonna put the whole bitch up on YouTube as one video, just like the other one. So it's cool. Y'all have both. Have the OG one, have the OG WVR unmastered, and then have WVR the Stoic Man in his full contest. Another 20 minutes of fucking content. I don't know if I'm gonna approach my next tape like this because the skit after every song is kind of wild, but I feel like it works because I made it that way. Anyways, so boom, I'm working with my cousin, right, and money is volatile, bruh. Either I'm up, or it's like, oh shit, I gotta figure out because what's going on. So interesting around the same time, you know, uh, my parents' situation was not the best. We was living in this apartment complex in Richmond Heights at the time. Because when I left Tuscany Place, I know this kind of going through what I was going through, so I house hop, but also to try to contribute whatever way I can. Um, and they just was kind of going through. My dad is a musician, and he's made his livelihood off being a musician his entire life. So when things became rough or whatever, he ended up working. I ain't gonna put my daddy business out there because he's somebody. Um, but things just didn't wasn't where it could be, right. So um, we ended up they ended there's like, oh, we're gonna move to Puerto Rico. Granted, I'm starting to perform now. I'm working on the album that would eventually become Free Jewels, and I'm young, single. I'm in Miami. I'm in the mix. I'm outside. Like, I'm not fucking going to Puerto Rico. You got me fucked up, right? Like, I was like, nah, I gotta figure this out. I'm thinking like, what the hell's going on? And I just started dating Shorty at the time, so I'm figuring out like, damn, I don't know what the fuck I'm gonna do. So coincidentally, uh, there's a situation that was to my favor that I ended up living in a warehouse. Um, and which was the dopest shit. And it was like, in retrospect, it was so fucking. It's like I had my bat cave, bruh, because it was a big fucking warehouse space. Unfortunately, like, because my initial idea was like, oh yeah, oh this is the space now. I'm gonna create my studio. We gonna be able to, whatever. Like, that was the vision, right? Once I started looking how much shit costs, I'm like, oh nah, this is crazy. How much wood floors cost? What do you mean? Oh, bruh, just man, shit. I'm I'm barely getting rent in this goddamn Impala I'm driving right now. Yeah, by this time the Hyundai gone, but that shit. Um, paying the what's it called, the little, how you get about to say cash advance, but those cars you I found out Impala, he's like, oh, you drop 500 down, you leave with it today. Then they charge you the tag on your first bill, and you got to pay every 2 weeks instead of every month. I had one of them cars. I forgot what the fucking term is called, but it was one of them bullshit ass cars that you had to keep fixing. Which was, money was going to that too. Every time something happened, oh, now you gotta change the tires. Oh, bro. I gotta have my CD player. My CD player don't work. I ain't. Don't even sell me no car without a goddamn radio. At least at the time, cause I did not have it like that. Oh man, I don't even know. I showed you a day, bro. I was driving this busted ass shit. That was so funny. It was funny ass times. But anyways, so situation ended working out. I'm living in the warehouse, and then coincidentally, where I was working at too was relatively within the same area. Um, but things were still tight because it was like, yo, it feels like it's not enough. Um, and then that's when I remember like, obviously I'm dating shorty or whatever, so I'm introduced to families, so on and so forth, and what I'm saying, just like a regular date shit. So I remember her old girl was like, well, I have employees making XYZ every, she said, she didn't say it like that, but what I'm saying, they got they shit going, and because they have a fucking business, and where it started a staffing company, and then they had, they getting contracts for like housekeeping, all different types of things. And I think that they had just got the contract with the Homestead Air Base, which at the time I heard a lot of people were leaving the Lorca to go work there because that's where the money was at. Which we about to train. I'm showing y'all my work history, but how all this shit ties into how my life was just changing, and great things were happening, but also were a lot of mistakes that I made, especially being that there's times I was making a good amount of money. Like, I could pay everything, and I'll have a decent amount to, like, if I could have put that away, I could have invested into some stocks. I could have invested in Bitcoin at the time, which, think about where Bitcoin is at now versus where it was in 2015, 2016, 2017. Imagine putting from 2015, putting $100 every month into Bitcoin up until 2026. You'd have crazy bread right now, right? Just $100. You know what I'm saying? Like, or just, but anyways, so I was kind of split. 'Cause I'm like, man, that's my cousin, bro. I don't wanna not let my cousin. Cause that's, so I look at the bro. He doing well for. I'm seeing what my cousin doing. I'm like, yeah, he doing fucking well for himself. You know what I'm saying? Got his family. You know what I'm saying? And about his house, all type of stuff. And I'm over here like, oh yeah, little cousin living in the warehouse. Whatever. Like I ain't. But well, at least that's how I see it. Like in my head, that's how everyone view me. Um, but so anyways, I was like, fuck it, I'm gonna take this opportunity. And because at the time, before I left for Lorca, I ended up becoming a supervisor there, and which that's I'll talk about that another day. Kind of won't go forward the story. So because I supervisor experience, they like, oh look, we're gonna make you supervisor because you have the experience. You know what I'm saying. You know what you're doing. Um, and I remember at first they're like, y'all don't tell no one y'all can date. Y'all date it because then they're gonna think there's favoritism to you. Um, and then granted, I am Puerto Rican, right? Obviously raised in Miami. I hear how I talk. This is, you know, whatever. So all of the staff that we was working with was like older people than me, right? For the most part, which was refreshing. That's like, oh shit, I'm working with all these youngins and motherfuckers don't give a fuck about nothing. I'm telling them, hey bro, you gotta get off the call. All right, still go talk to Shorty. Then I gotta be like, bro, come on, like we got it's all this in. Man, that was so fucking funny, bro. And you know, people out, man. As this podcast goes along, different stories will come, and hopefully I could have like people that were in the space to like share kind of their point of view, because you know I'm speaking. This is my podcast. I'm talking. Eventually, I'm gonna have my homies on, but everything is from my point of view, right? So like, I also don't, you know, there's different angles to how things played out or whatever. You get what I'm saying? So I'm just being mindful to not be biased to like how I see a situation, how I view a situation. But anyways, so I was like, I bet I'm finna, all right, I'll take the opportunity. And I remember the first day, goddamn, the first day, it's funny, like we got to get badged, right? So we going into the place to get badged or whatnot. And I'm with my ex's sister at the time. So I see a girl that I was talking to not too long ago before this situation, right? And I remember her sister knew her, like it's like, hey, and I'm just like, oh shit. Granted, from nothing, because it's not like me and her had an issue, nothing like that either. But I'm like, God damn, bruh. I'm like, I don't want no trouble. You know what I'm saying? The first thing I did was walk outside and call. Oh, she probably sleep. I'm like, hey, I'm just gonna let you know. Woo. This girl, she's like, all right, whatever. Like, she ain't even fuck. I don't know why it was in me. Cause I'm like, man, I ain't trying to, people start talking. That's why, like, in the workplace, that shit should be motherfuckers be talking. And then your business out there about nothing. It be, it's hilarious, bruh, to me, bruh. And how people, things could be skewed, like, because it's so funny, bruh. Cause I dealt with all that, and it's just like, all right, cool, whatever, bruh. Like, ain't no winning, bruh. But it's hilarious. But man, that whole experience, like even working because at the homestead shelter, like that's where when the kids were coming from South America into America and they was separating them from their parents, that's where they was putting the kids at, right? And this facility was originally a job corps facility. So the way that the infrastructure was set up, can I talk about this? Yeah, I guess I can. The way the infrastructure was set up, it's a bunch of buildings almost set up like college dorms. And they had like tents built with like a school, which is crazy. They had the kids going to school learning about American history, and these kids are from South America, so I don't even know what that's about, some indoctrination shit. And they have fucking sports activities. Kids have video games. Like the way it's funny too, because I got to see the media lie in real time. I've never experienced. I didn't see the fucking break in the Matrix, right? Because you look, oh yeah. Rothschilds and this and that and the Illuminati and look at the money and all this extra shit, right? But like, it's different when you see the fuck. I seen it, so I remember because I'm working, I'm seeing whatever's going on, and like there's a whole company inside of that facility that their whole job is to connect the kids with a family member inside, like that's in the United States, or to get them back to to they to their family back to where they was at, right? And at least that's what it looked like. I don't know if there's some other shit happening outside when the kids get in the bus. I don't know, but based on the job and whatever, because I knew people that worked at, I think the company was called CSC or some shit like that. But anyways, goddamn. So I'm seeing that, they doing all this shit, but then on the news, it's like even the visuals, they're showing like these empty warehouse, like these cold. It's like a look at the news. It looked like a big ass building with a bunch of cages, and like this is where they're keeping the kids. This is horrible condition. This and that third. And I'm like, what the fuck? That's not even the same place. That's job. Y'all know it's at Job Corps, right? Like, y'all know it's in the same facility they used to have Job Corps at before I guess Job Corps lost their contract. I don't know how that shit work. I'm not in that business world yet, but in that building it was crazy. And then there's people that were in there that, it's funny, I ran, like, I think the homie Gus that I made the mixtape with, he was working there at the time. Another supervisor, I was a supervisor with Lorica, was working there at the time. And just like the story I told y'all about Francie giving me my first acting role, which I kind of jumped ahead in the previous episode. That came from him working there as well. You feel me? And me meeting homie. So it was such an ill environment because all of us was getting bread and like a good amount. Cause I'm a supervisor, bro. I'm not doing nothing. Make sure, hey, y'all good, and I ain't even tripping on nothing. Like, I ain't tripping on y'all using y'all phones. I ain't tripping about y'all. If the work is done, as long as ain't no one complaining about y'all, bro, I'm gonna let y'all be just vibe. Cause I'm just trying to do the same thing. I'm trying to put these little headphones in and listen to fucking the end of what's good. What was listening to? I was going through a death row phase, bro. Like, and that's I remember specifically because like at some point in time, the fucking the shelter got kind of empty. So like to pass the time, I'm like, man, I'm gonna listen to every death row album or whatever, bro. So I'm listening to the Death Row Christmas album. What the fuck is that? And I ain't bullshit, bro. Baby, bro, Death Row got a Christmas album. Make sure I ain't tripping. I need to name this shit. I need to say this shit because I was fucking like, what the fuck? Am I tripping? Yep. That bitch called Death Row on Christmas. Y'all see this? I know I could have used, I'm being lazy. I could have used the goddamn internet back because I don't want to play nothing by accident. But I'm listening to this shit like this to pass the time. Like, y'all just vibe. Don't, you know what I mean? Whatever. Shit clean, cool, bro. But it's funny because all the people that I work with as well, they're either Haitian or Cuban. And no one spoke English. So I'm learning Creole. Like, and I can't speak Creole. I could kind of understand it. There's words that I know. And food, for sure food. Like legging, banan, griot, all that shit. Some DD Jojo. Oh my god. Some DD Jojo and some pickles with goddamn banan, bro. I don't even need like the fucking turkey. Got the grill. None of that shit. Yeah, just that or some legging. Like, oh my god, bro. I'm telling you, I was hella clutch too when I became a vegan. Like I was a vegan for real. Like from like 2018 probably to like 2021. When COVID hit, then it's like, bro, I'm gonna have to eat this human. I'm just kidding, bro. That's the homie sent me a video. Motherfucker eat McDonald's. He was munching on that shit. He's like, this human kind of good. Times is hard, man. Gotta start eating this human. That shit was so fucking funny. I don't know. I hope there's no truth to that, but that shit was hilarious. But anyway, so I'm picking up on Creole. And the bad words, not the bad words, but just shit like ouled. Like, why you calling people ugly? But I think it's funny to me. Oh, usal, like you dirty. And then I don't really like even hit now in Puerto Rico. The moment I start talking in Spanish, they start speaking to me back in English because they recognize, oh, él es gringo, and I'm like, nah, speak to me in Spanish. Like, I'm talking you back. Like, now on purpose, I'm continuing to speak in Spanish. I'm trying to get better, but I'm not used to speaking. None of my homies, none of us speak Spanish. Like, you know what I'm saying? And at the house, like, I taught my mom in Spanish, but I can talk to her like this too, and she completely understands me because I'm a child, and I've been like this forever. So, So that was a whole thing. Like now I gotta do meetings in Spanish, bro. I don't even, man. Like that shit was a whole other fucking universe. But that's when I started being able to. I started making a significant amount of money because it was paying really good, and that's when I started kind of investing because I have a warehouse now, right? So like, and right before we left, it was so cool. Right before my parents and the moved to Puerto Rico, me and my old boy built the fucking the booth. Now, granted, in that booth and in that studio, I created music that never got released or this girl deleted. I stopped one. I rapped on. I got my mind made up. Can you get it? Get it? Oh my god. My altitude is untouchable. Understand me. I speak the truth. Man, I was trash back then. I'll say it though. I sound like my altitude is untouchable. Understand me. I speak with truth. My flow's harder than the deep, like the dick inside the Uzi pussy. Oh, you appalled? I don't even remember the verse. It was hard for me at the time. It was hard because I was starting to get my little lyrical acrobat on and shit like that. But none of them shits made it. It was trash because I was recording off my MacBook. Where's my MacBook at? This little gold MacBook Lite that I had fucking what's it, Logic? Logic's on Mac, right? Or whatever. I don't know. I'm not fucking sure. Cause now I'm recording FL Studios, which I don't. And I know the industry standard is goddamn Pro Tools, and a lot of people like fucking what's this other dog's name? Damn, what's the name? People really like this fucking dog. I'm scared to even go out of my god because I haven't. Just to give y'all a little insight too, I cool. You know, we could go a little side quest before we go to the main story. When I started learning how to produce myself, which was later on, like probably like 2021 for sure. It's like right before COVID, like right after COVID, like right before COVID, because I had tried to, I had performed at I did this performance at the $1 Billion Baby Showcase. And I really thought I was gonna get signed. I was like, "Oh, I'm gonna be the hardest rapper in here." Absolutely not. What? When I came back down, I was like, man, I was just kind of reflecting on like, bro, I've been spending a lot of money. Like, you know what I'm saying? I gave my last to this, and the week before I was putting money into this and this. Like I was making a significant amount of money, and I was just pouring it into just random shit, thinking that something would happen just me doing these things. And not saying like, yeah, some of it, obviously everything was worth it, but I couldn't, you know, especially now. You could be a little more strategic. You don't have to say yes to everything, and also you kind of got to be mindful. Like, there should be no reason I'm doing these conscious raps in a strip club. I don't think at the time I ain't have nothing to slap in the strip club, but yet, hey, bro, you trying to perform? Bro, it's gonna be about 150, but it's gonna be good. We gonna get you. You gonna be right. You gonna have this. Then I go perform, and it's just crickets. It's never just crickets. Someone always comes up to me and be like, hey, that shit was actually pretty hard, bro. Like, you know what I'm saying? I'll get one person. I get 1 or 2 people. But for the most part, it's like, no one want to hear that. Like, you know what I'm saying? We not trying to hear that right now. You see this Cherry was just popping her pussy on stage. You think we want to hear about your thoughts? Get the fuck off of stage, bro. Anyways, so I end up learning, after all that shit, I end up learning how to mix and produce or whatever the case may be. I don't originally remember why I tied this in, so you can put another 2 on the counter. But it was very interesting, that process of learning or whatever. Anyways, because Fatboy put me onto that, and I was saying that to say because I only record in FL Studios because Fatboy put me on to FL Studios. Then I started fucking with the Waves plugin, so I took a class on one of these website course, but the guru was the fucking teacher. So I'm like, oh no, fuck that. If I'm gonna learn how to mix and engineer for real, I'm gonna learn from. He got a class. I'm gonna learn from this man. And I like that he broke the fundamentals down, like even the smallest thing from like just making sure your shit is organized before you even start anything. So it's not just a bunch of shit and you go constantly cycling through things. So there's like small things that I took that I still keep to this day. And then I was like, and then Waves, I don't know who I forgot the brother's name too, but he was working for Aftermath or like right under Dr. Dre or whatever. And he was talking about how he mixes his kicks and like I was going through my funnel of how to my setup, and now I got my setup. I'm kind of scared to like divert from that because now I'm thinking about, oh shit, well now I really got to get a new mic because I'm overcompensating with the way that I do my fucking shit and my obviously like I don't think this is the perfect acoustics to fucking record an album. Probably is. I actually might be looking at it the wrong way, but I don't feel like it. And this, you know, this I like this mic. I'm not gonna lie. It's not like this mic is bag or whatever it's called. What this right here? Audio products is stellar. So I love this mic. This is a Mac. This is a mic that shit. Me and Fat was recording 111. We ended up buying this mic. And but it's still not a fucking Newman. You get what I'm saying? Like it ain't a fucking with that $8,000 mic, that the only mic that Lil Wayne record. I read that in a fucking article, so I don't even know if that's true. But I remember being like, damn, I'm gonna get that mic one day. Wayne recording that mic. You damn right I'm gonna get this random Sony mic or whatever it was. Anyways, I'm diverting, right? Actually, this is a perfect pivot point for real, because during my time in the job, I'm making a lot of money, but I'm throwing paint on the wall when it comes to like rap. But I'm in a real relationship right now with someone that is in, you know, they figuring they shit out too, whatever the case may be. And I'm in a space where I feel like I gotta overcompensate because I just who I am. Like I'm really a giver, bro, in every aspect of it, and I think I get it from my mama, like, and my dad, cause like I don't never see them ask for anything or want anything, but they're constantly giving. So I'm by default I operate from that space, cause as a little kid, like especially early on, my parents first got here, you know, my dad was with Gloria Stefan, and you know what I'm saying, worked with Willie Chidino and all that type of stuff. So I was spoiled. But then when shit got rough, you know, even though things were hard, the shit that they still managed to find a way. You get what I'm saying? Like, I remember when I got my PS3 for the first time. I swear I didn't think I was gonna get a PS3 because Nick was the first person with a PS3 at the time, which is dope. Cause like I told y'all, all of my closest friends that I've known since like 13, 12 years old, we all stayed in the same apartment complex for years. That's why we're so tight. But goddamn, I remember Nick got his PS3 first. And it's like, damn, Nick got the PS3. And I was like, oh man. And I'm like, I ain't finna get my PS3 till Metal Gear Solid 4 come out. Fuck that. I need, like, if I'm gonna get a PS3, it's gonna be for Metal Gear Solid 4. So I remember Metal Gear Solid 4 was dropping with the PlayStation 3 at the time, and it was very limited. So I remember I was telling my mom, like, cause I was I? I don't even know, bro. I probably bullshitted my with Dixie money. I ain't even gonna hold you, bro, cause I was making a little 180 a week. When did Metal Gear Solid come out? Metal Gear Solid 4. Cause that'll tell me exactly what the fuck I was on. Cause that shit came out June 12th of 2008. I just graduated fucking high school, bro. That's crazy. Cause I just it's funny how that game prepared me for the world. The game is actually talking about everything happening in life right now. It's insane. But I remember my old girl left, and early she's like, "Poppy, don't worry." She's like, I'll go to GameStop because I gotta go to Publix anyway. Just go ahead and go to sleep. So I was like, fuck that, I'm going to sleep because I need time. I'm trying to speed up time. I remember, so when she walked back in, it was like 10 o'clock. She came back with groceries in the hand, and was like, I'm sorry, Poppy, they didn't have it. And I was like, fuck, bruh. I went and turned on my busted up Xbox 360 because that bitch at the time, you had to put like 3 towels over that hole and overheat it so it could work again. I don't know what the fuck was going on with that crazy ass hack. So she's like, hold on. She puts the bags down and then walks out. She's like, I just got one more thing. I'll be right back. So whatever, I'm sitting there like frustrated and shit, and my mom walk in with a goddamn PS3, and I'm like, what? Anyways, I know that's another side story in the midst of all this conversation. So I'm saying this because, you know, and I'm trying to think like, how the fuck, like, you know what I'm saying? Like at the time, my dad was doing gigs and shit here and there, and my mom ain't work, so I'm sick, and goddamn, I don't know. I'm just thinking like, I don't know how y'all had that. You know what I'm saying? I'm grateful that they you know, whatever they need to do to, like, shit that I, not bullshit, because my mom wasn't gonna buy me no Jordans. My mom was gonna buy me no goddamn clothes. That's either I'm getting them hand-me-downs from my big cousins, or I'm finna go spend my whole Winn-Dixie check at PacSun and say, fuck it, I'm gonna hold on to these $30 because I'll be able to eat pizza every day at lunch. You know what I'm saying? Until I get to the crib and eat rice and beans. Um, for real. Um, but anyway, so at this time, I'm making a good amount of money. I see that things are not working for me in like musically. I just felt stagnant because it's like I don't like. All right, cool. I'm not connecting. And not realizing I'm like I be thinking I gotta get better, but I'm thinking, oh, it gotta be the quality. It gotta be the quality because I'm already hearing the homies talk about how they working on. You know what I'm saying? And they like, bro, that's, you know what I'm saying, quality. So like, people are moving toward quality. I remember that was a conversation, bro. Because if you think about it, you listen to old Little Wayne, like the Drought 3 Wayne. That Wayne was so good at rapping that the quality of the songs are all trash. Like in those mixtape days, or at least how we was getting them. Because there was probably a master version sounding great, but then someone's downloading that bitch on an MP3. Then somebody's downloading that bitch from a website that was an original MP3 file. Then the fucking that song file probably was getting distorted over time and all type of shit. And motherfuckers were still bumping that with no problem whatsoever. Motherfuckers got older and started getting money now. Like, no, my stereo system needs the nice quality shit. But so I'm like, man, what can I do? Like, I also feel like I need to step up because I know that I'm making good money, but I need to, lean into what I'm really trying to do. So that's when I got the random ass thought, like, fuck that. Let me go back to school. I hold Miami-Dade. I went back to Miami-Dade probably 3 different times, and after the first semester, just like, nah, I ain't finna do this shit, right? And so I'm whatever. I'm like, let me contemplate this. You know what I'm saying? Cause I think my shorty was at school at the time too, and I was seeing how, like, bruh, at the time she ended up becoming the fucking president of goddamn Homestead campus. Like, no cap, that's so funny. I tease her about that shit all the time. Like, bro, you remember you was the president of the Homestead campus? You had to be the first. Like, for real, like, you was the first black woman to be the president of Miami-Dade Homestead campus, I think. And a Haitian woman at that. That's kind of gas, high key. Oh, man, I would clip this and send this shit there. Like, bro, low key, that might be true. Cause I don't know who had it before her, but that was some random shit, bro. Like, he was on some random side quest. I'm like, what the fuck? I'm like, damn, what am I doing with my life, bro? Like, I know I'm performing this shit, but I'm also kind of bullshit, and then, like, I'm still going to perform, but I'm definitely indulging in the party after the fact. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna go to that, and at this time, I kind of found my pivot point. Like, all right, cool, I'm finna go to the performance sober. I'm finna knock this performance out, and then I'm finna turn up. And I treated the studio the same way. Anytime I went to a studio, cause you know what I'm saying, like, it'd be different energy in there, and something you realize it later, like, oh, homie was hating, like, low key or whatever. You be like, oh, whatever. So, like, I ain't finna go to the studio blow or, like, fucking, like, on one. I'm finna go clear, cause I'm gonna knock this verse out. I don't give a fuck what y'all think. Y'all can say whatever, but I'm gonna do this verse. I'm gonna do this bitch in one take. Cause that's what I was on at the time. Now I would not. I wanna. Well, it depends. Like, if I knew, if whatever. Let's say I knew I was gonna be in the studio with Big Sean in 2 weeks, right? That'd be some fire shit. God, did you hear me? Let that manifest. But let's just say that, right? And I knew, oh, this is the beat we working on, and this is the fucking. I'm gonna write my verse, and I'm gonna commit that bitch to memory, and I'm gonna rehearse that bitch for the next 2 weeks. And I'm gonna push everything back. I don't give a fuck what I'm working on. Hey, this is a fucking verse for Big Sean. My goal won't be to nail it probably on first take. It's just gonna be, I need to make this sound the best verse possible. This is an opportunity, right? Back then, I'm like, no, I'm finna knock this verse down in one take, cause that's what Hov do. And if Hov did, I gotta do that shit too. That was just my fucking, stupid thinking. Cause I developed later on, like, every album, I kind of approach the creative process a different way, just to get out of my comfort zone a little bit, and also, and reinforce things that I learned. Like Free Jules 111 and Free Jules, Revenge of the Nerd, and WVR are all really the same album. That's Metal Gear Solid, Metal Gear Solid 1, Metal Gear Solid The Phantom Pain. If you get what I'm saying. And 111 and also 7 Day Theory is kind of the same thing, but I've been trying to craft my dream album this whole time. And as I grow as a man, and as I experience new music and find old music that I rediscover, like old music that I didn't tap into when I was younger. My views and how I perceive what a perfect tape sound like changes, right? So that's why you kind of see the evolve. Like Free Jewels was like my great value blueprint. And I just say it's great. I love Free Jewels. Free Jewels is amazing, and my dog Nick got the best song on there. He had to slap on the. I was like, damn, what, you know what I mean? And that was a cool idea too. Like when we was making it, like, all right, like I think it'll be it at the end. Instead of it being my song, we gonna do a skit. And me and Travis talking about like, oh, you heard that new Nick song? And then it was gonna be like the the alley oop for him to go kill. Oh my God, niggas phenomenal, bro. That's my bro. Nick the Nobody. I'll go check the homie out. He's fucking crazy. Low key, I think I'm gonna do. He got a verse for Cash Advance, bruh. I ain't get it yet, but that'd be cool. That'd be cool to drop like as a remix or something, like a real like. Cause I'm like, bro, just like go crazy, bro. Don't think about fuck all that. Go crazy. Cause and like it's funny. I know I'm kind of diverting, but I'm gonna go back to me going into school for audio engineering, which is eventually what I did. I went to the Miami International University of Art and Design. I don't know how they got me in. I know they finessed some shit because I walked in that bitch like, look, I went to Miami Dade. I don't remember none. Like I don't got none of that information. I owe the money, all type of shit. I don't know what's going on over there. I don't even know how long it's been, but I know somehow I'm here. I see this program. I want to tap in. I see that this is associated with the Hit Factory in some type of way. All this type of shit. I'm trying to tap in. Whatever dude behind the counter finesse this shit and end up giving me some grant, all type of shit. I'm like, oh shit, I'm in school now for audio engineering. And I'm gonna look back in this episode and be like, bro, you brought up some shit a couple times and you ain't finished the motherfucker. So again, this is only episode 3, technically 4, or 4, technically 3, or 3, technically 4. Y'all see me get better in real time, which is what I'm doing, rapping too. Yeah. So let's get back to school, right? The Miami International University of Art Design was actually real like interesting because I ain't gonna lie, I did it hella random, right? Because it was sporadic. I was kind of like, man, shorty got shit going on. I see the homies like, I'm seeing my homies like elevate in real time. I'm 25, 26 years old at this time. I know I'm making good money. No, I'm 26, 27 years old right now. I know I'm making good money, but I'm making bad decisions. I'm blowing my shit on bullshit. I'm blowing my shit on smoking. I'm blowing my shit on going out. I'm blowing my shit on fucking jewelry and fucking, it's the first time I'm making something. And I remember when I told my homie how much I'm making, and he was like, I remember us specifically being on the phone like, bruh, he's like, nigga, I gotta work 2 shifts, bruh. Like I gotta work a double and do all this extra shit. Like have 2 separate jobs, and I'm just to make some of the equivalents of that. And it put things in our perspective because I'm thinking like, bro, you look like you living good, bro. You done left Miami, you in Orlando now. And I see like how bro, I'm like, damn, you got, and I'm thinking like I'm just behind, and I'm like, damn, what the fuck am I really doing though? Like I don't know how to really, I'm not managing my money correctly. I'm just making sure shit paid, and after everything's paid, I'm just like, all right, cool. What can I do to? Oh, rap shit. All right, cool. Well, I'm gonna sacrifice these $500 because shit, it might, this might turn into something, and I'm doing that every fucking every week for years, which is crazy because I'm really thinking about it now. Like it was always something. Like something will transpire, and I felt like it had to. I'm a Taurus too. I'm stubborn as fuck. So if I felt like I gotta do that, so I'm telling you, you got this. I gotta take this opportunity. I gotta do it. I'll just go for it, even if it's completely bad, or even the times I got finesse and shit. You know what I'm saying? That's why I could. Obviously, I've had a selling job for a long time, and I told y'all that. But I compete with someone trying to from the jump. Like, don't even waste your breath, bro. Like, come on, I already went through that. There's one time someone got me on the email, and it was like, you want to open up for Young Jeezy? We'll fly you out. But there's no reason someone would hire me to open up for Young Jeezy. There's no reason. Like who was like, bruh, you know who we need to open up for Jeezy? Amaury Love. Go check him out. And at the time, I probably had like 500 YouTube subscribers. I had like 1,000 goddamn Instagram followers. But he's talented. He's got heart. So I'm fucking whatever. I got finessed by the email. Then you know you send it. All right, but you got to send the $50 deposit. All this little bullshit, bruh. And I know I'm thinking like, oh, cause you know shit's happening. So as the bullshit happens, there's also real shit happening. That's like, oh my god, shit blew my mind. I remember we was randomly, what the fuck, Miss Christie random. I think Miss Christie got what's the homie name? I got a picture with bro too. I'll find that shit. I just seen his interview too. Goddamn, Beanie Siegel, bruh. Random as fuck. Miss Chris like, yeah, we're getting Beanie Siegel to perform. I was like, word. And I'm like, man, fuck that. I'm like, yo, Jazz, we gotta slide. Beanie Siegel finna be here. Like, I'm not performing, but Beanie Siegel finna be at whatever thing. And I remember sliding and getting a picture with Beanie Siegel. Hold on, I know I got that shit too, bruh. And random as fuck. And that's the same day my car broke down, bruh. Cause I had this at this time. I guess I didn't have an Impala. I had this car. It was a GNC Jimmy. I don't even know what truck. That's an ugly ass car. But all I know is I got that bitch for $300, and it worked until it stopped working. So that bitch died. Like we was at the little day party shit where Beanie Siegel was at. Hold on, I'm pull a picture up because I got that shit in my phone. And we got back to I got back to my aunt's house and the fucking car died, and I was so mad. I'm like, nah, man, I think they went to Jazz It. Or if it wasn't Jazz, it was something along close to that, and I was just hot, bruh. I was like, man, that's some bullshit, bruh. Hold on, what a picture with Beanie Siegel at? All right, well, as I'm looking for this shit, I ended up going to the school, right? So with the Miami International University of Arts and Design, I thought when it was so fire, because even my teacher, bro, I forgot my professor's name, bro. But now that I think about it, bro, he really believed in me, bro, because he would be in my chest about, because I be coming to fucking class late, I'm hot, like I'm smelling like weed, but I'm focused. When I get there, I'm like, all right, cool, like let's lock in. I'm over here, fucking living like Method Man and how high. And I remember he pulled me to the side, like, listen, I know a lot of people in the music industry gets it. I think he probably thought I was taking like fucking like some other shit, like some other drugs or whatever. I'm like, nah, bro, I'm just, you know, I'm smoking. There's a lot going on, like. Anyways, but what's cool is my professor. So interesting, right? So one of the first things I learned about that school at the time, or my professor, he had a lot of the classes like audio recording 1, audio recording 2. He didn't do music. No, he did music. No, what was the fucking class name? My favorite class is the class that he taught where he was talking about the history of music, and he used the Beatles as a connective tissue to the different genres of music, which is interesting because everything connects. Like the further back you go, everything stems from black music, right? I mean, this is why I think Sinners is such a phenomenal thing, because I remember Ryan Coogler was explaining how the music that they was playing at the time. I'm overthinking the name, so I'm like, what the fuck? I need to make sure I say the correct lyrics. Sinners is my favorite movie of all time. I'm not even gonna lie. I know it might sound biased. Oh, it's recency bias. No, there's not. I've seen that movie 3 times in the theater, and every time the scene happened where like all the music is playing, I start crying. Not like boo hoo, but I get fucking so emotional. I don't know why. And 2 other parts, which I'll say that for. I won't share that. But man, so my teacher would connect these different eras of music and use, I forgot, it was a Beatles album, and apparently the way that this Beatles album was like set up, he would and I think he did in order. I don't know if he did in order. And was it Sgt. Pepper's? I think it was Sgt. Pepper's. That's an album. I don't know. I'm pulling, because I'm not even a Beatles fan, so I'm not even pulling. I'm pulling this shit from fucking pure memory. I think it was that. But anyways, the way he'll break the class down is that he'll take a song from the album, and I don't know if he did it from front to back or not, and then whether it was an instrument or a sound or a riff or fucking a note or something, he'll pull it to an older genre of music like bebop or stuff like that, and we're talking and having these discussions in class. Simultaneously, he's given us the opportunity to bring our music to like to all right, what is, to play music that we listen to, so they could pull the reference out of stuff. So I remember at the time 444 had dropped, and I love 444. 444 was so good. And it's crazy because I heard Jay-Z said it's hard for him to listen to that because I could only imagine that was such a fucking, you know what I mean? That's how I kind of feel about Revenge of the Nerd, but for different reasons. I was like, oh, no one liked it when it came out because Kendrick dropped goddamn Mr. Morale and the Big Steppers. I didn't even like my album. I'm like, oh my god, look at this masterpiece. I love Mr. Morale and the Big Steppers. I don't feel like that right now though. WVR, the Stoke Man, gonna be crazy. I ain't tripping by Iceman. Go ahead and do your thing, Drake. I'm Underground King here. I'm just anyways, bruh. So my teacher was so intelligent, so smart. This man could build microphones, bruh. Like he knew, like we had classes that I felt like were unnecessary because none of us were gonna be doing this shit, but they were so essential. If you was invested and actually had the time, that's really what stopped me from going crazy in school was time, bruh. Because I'm living in a warehouse at the time. I gotta work and I'm making good money. And the way that school was set up, which if I knew, I would have done things differently if I knew back then. Because for one, my if I had went to like Miami-Dade or something, or another community college, I could have created my time. Versus because I had a fixed schedule. It's like, all right, I work Monday through Saturday, or Monday through Friday, and I'm off Saturday and Sunday. And I'm working from 10 a.m. to 10 at night. Or, yeah, relatively that's what I was working. It was 10 to 10 for 5 days straight. And it was nothing because I'm at work. Like, I'm, whatever. You know what I'm saying? My circumstances are straight. You get what I'm saying? And because I'm supervising, I have to be present because my role is important because it's not necessarily about me. You know what I'm saying? Like, I have to make sure that everyone else is straight because, again, I'm the only one because we're at the job, we're housekeeping, right? Like that's the our department, right? So we got to make sure that shit is clean. And granted, I was working here during when COVID happened, so the shit we had more pressure on top of us, right? But most of us, everyone's from the Caribbean for the most part. You either Haitian, Cuban, I'm Puerto Rican. Like you know what I mean? The other departments. And the higher up, the lighter the shade go, whatever the case may be, they start fucking with housekeeping. Like, oh, we seen housekeeping on the phone. Why is housekeeping taking, like, motherfucker on their break and they tripping on the motherfucker being their break. But y'all, you got the medical staff, everyone all outside, doing all type of shit, but they gonna fuck with housekeeping. Why? Because it's a bunch of Haitians and Cubans that are working and not bothering nobody, but yet it got all these other people doing this other shit. So I'm like, bro, I gotta be there, bro, because I'm the only, like, thank God that I am the way that I am, because I'm not like, I've been in spaces where because they'll try to play you, bro. They'll really try to play you. They'll say some shit, to make up some shit and try to, and then if someone doesn't have the ability to communicate properly the situation or what's going on, right? Because you gotta think about it. If someone only speaks Creole and they know only a certain amount of English or Spanish and only a certain amount of English, when they're communicating with like some supervisor, or they're giving and they're trying to explain, they can't, if the person doesn't speak their language, they're not gonna be able to articulate them exactly how they want to, because they you know what I mean. So I always had to play middleman and make sure that motherfuckers not trying to do some bullshit, because I've seen that. We ended up working at we went to this thing. I know I'm jumping ahead, but this all correlated with me working with this company at the time. Shout out to Miriam Whisper, man. Y'all goats. Y'all real goats, for real. For empowering a lot of people. They empowered a lot of fucking people. But we have worked at Fort Myers, right? And they kept fucking with housekeeping, because this is after the hurricane had passed. So we working at Fort Myers. They have these tents set up, and our job is make sure all this shit is just clean. Because in the morning, every Red Cross, the fucking military, police, all type of shit, they're fucking sleeping there to wake up and go work and deal with everything that happened in Fort Myers in the hurricane. So we just maintain everything is clean. That's all we gotta do, right? Make sure the showers, the fucking bathrooms, these motherfuckers is nasty. Goddamn, nasty shit. I remember one of the employees called me up, hit me up like, no, I'm not doing this. I'm like, what's going on? No, come here now. So I walk over there, be the homie Jerry, because Jerry was my goddamn my co-supervisor at the time. So we walk in this goddamn bathroom with someone taking shit in the shower, and the dude was hot, bro. He's like, bro, I'm not cleaning this. It's disgusting. These people are disgusting. And you know they was working for Red Cross. But anyways, that's neither here nor there. But yeah, so in that space, they kept fucking with housekeeping about everything, and then it's interesting how business works, right? Because I'm such a small level in the music industry that I can't really talk about music business in that space because I'm working toward that. But I've had traditional jobs or even something like this where who I work for, they have a contract, they have a government contract where they're contracted by a subcontractor. So the subcontractor has a contract, they subcontract them or us, and then we execute the job, right? But because we are the company, we operate within a certain way. So how the subcontractor works, they have like a manager or someone in to supervise, like, all right, just make sure that y'all good, y'all doing what y'all do, whatever. So sometimes the people that are being the subcontractor, sometimes those people that are they give that position to, they try to overstep like how we do things, just for the power trip, just for the fucking power trip. Just no, you guys need to make sure that you're cleaning. Ain't no one. Why are we cleaning the bottom of the fucking tent carpet when there's actually important things that have to be prioritized? You're just saying stuff so you can make people do things so you can feel like you're important, right? So like the first couple times, we kind of let that slide because again, like and this is way out, like I'm talking about this story, and I'll go into detail another time, but fuck. But in during this time, like me and the other supervisors, like, hey, look, this lady tripping, and I don't. So one of us gotta address it, cause I can't really hold my tongue. The moment I see something is not right, I have to say something. Like I'm at least say it. We don't gotta. I'm not the person to might be the person to fix it, but I don't think I'm gonna say no. Like if I think that's bullshit, I'm gonna say that's bullshit. I mean, depending on the environment, if I have to, if they're too sensitive, I can't be cussing, then I you know what I'm saying, whatever. But for the most part, I had me at work the other day. I'm like, that's bullshit, and the lady's like, why are you cussing? I'm sorry, because even in Puerto Rico, there are people. It's interesting again. Like I'm seeing the fucking dynamic. Like you know what I'm saying. All the carriers and all the fucking people, and then I see people that they're not even from here. Goddamn, and I'm one of them, but I'm not over here power tripping or doing extra to kind of, you know what I'm saying? Some people will come and over, you know what I'm saying? Like treat people any type of way. It's crazy, nah. Anyways, I'll go into these other stories another time. I'm just giving you a glimpse of like, I've been in this like workspace and also realizing like, damn, and especially when you're in a position of power, when you're in a position to lead, you should lead, not be a boss. I'm not giving instruction just so you can do shit just so I can look good. No, it's about making sure, hey, y'all straight, y'all good, like y'all working, bruh, like y'all working, like everybody work. No one want to be stressed out of fucking work. Let me make sure that you guys are doing what you need to do and have everything I need so y'all can be straight, so y'all don't have to bother me and I can sit here and watch goddamn anime on my phone because I don't got nothing to do because I already did everything in the first 2 hours that I needed to fucking do. Dead ass. Or write these raps, a song, whatever. But anyway, so going back to school, so I'm learning these. I'm taking these different classes. I'm seeing my professor break down things I wasn't even in the forefront of my thoughts, and really give me the fundamentals. Granted, when you make music, especially like you could be self-taught. You could go to YouTube University and learn anything. However, I did find value in a lot of the things that my teacher taught me. Damn, man, I wish I remember my professor's name. Like, I lost a lot of this shit. I lost my documents. I probably have, I don't even know, bro. I wish I could have stuff from that era because I lost my fucking warehouse. But so interesting enough, right? What I didn't know is that Miami is the first in Miami. The University of Miami is the first university to have an audio engineering degree, right? And my professor was taught by the first professor to teach the audio engineering degree. So he ended up like, you know what I'm saying, like the mantle was passed to the homie and another dude that ended up becoming professors and eventually becoming professors and teaching audio engineering. And audio engineering is it's not just music, but it also goes into live shows and performances. It goes into you know, video, you know, like you're making a movie, it's a soundtrack. Like there's so much to the audio engineering, right? And I was impressed. Like, oh shit, bro, I'm learning, bro. You learn from the person that started this shit, bro. So he was so smart that he could, like, if yo he like expect, that's a lot of side gigs too, where he fixing microphones and fucking like the boards and stuff. He could take your shit apart, look at it and see exactly what the fuck wrong with it and fix it in 14 minutes. Like, this man was such a genius. And it makes me think, now we need people, because now with technology and AI and stuff, I don't know how innovative. I'm sure the people that are like, oh, I'm gonna go crazy deep in something, because I'm thinking about, like, imagine trying to make this, and imagine knowing how to make this and knowing, like, oh shit, you know, I could buy this, all these different pieces all together and just put this all together and make this microphone. And actually I can make it better, because the company, you know, other people are limited by whatever. I know I could just buy the pieces that I want to know exactly how to put this bitch together. So that's the level of intelligence my actual professor was. And it's crazy because I hold that, like, it was a bittersweet thing, because I loved all the classes. That's the first time I was in school with, like, oh my god, this is fire. Like, I remember I went to class one time and nobody was in the fucking classroom. Like, everyone didn't show up, because a lot of, again, the way the school's set up, it wasn't a lot of fucking people. You know, when I'm going today, there's 45 fucking people in the class. This class is 8 people. It's more intimate. Like, classes at this school is more intimate. So fucking one time I showed up, no one was there but just me and bro, and my professor was like, oh, you know, let's practice, you know, mixing and track. I'm like, oh shit, cool, this sound fire to me. So he pull up some song that somebody was working on, one of the students, and I don't know if one of the students, but it's his song that he's able to use for this, because he has the breakdowns for it. So he has everything on the board, mixed board or whatever, and he was I forgot how the session went or whatever, but the main thing that I took out of that is, as we're mixing, right, he's like, oh, let me give you some advice. He's like, he turned the volume all the way down as low as possible to where you could still hear everything in the actual that you can still hear everything in the actual you can hear everything on the file, like on the like every split of the audio file. And he's like, if you want to hear the whole spectrum of sound, most people put the music all the way up and try to hear it as loud as possible. But there's things that your ear's not going to be able to hear because the sound's just too loud. Right? Now, if you turn it down as low as possible, you can hear the color of sound a lot clearer. Right? Because obviously, like, the moment you turn that bitch up, the lows is going to be heavy as fuck because all 808. So you're probably, the small little nuanced things in the back that you can't, that you might be fixated on, you'll hear it better with the music as low as possible. And I still use that to this day. Granted, again, trust me, and I think WVR sounds amazing, but even someone left a comment not too long ago, like, bro, you gotta get a better mic. Trust me, bro, just give me some time. The next project will be better than this one. I treated this like it was my last project, and in the midst of finishing it up, I got like 12,000 ideas of shit I want to do now. Like, oh, it'd be cool if I made it take like this, and like I already have the intro of whatever the next album is based on the outro of this album. Which is so dope, and it's inspired by anime I just got, like, I've known about, but I just got into it as an adult, Cause you know when you watch shit in Toonami, like you ain't a lot of shit was random episodes. You're not even watching the story all the way through if you really wasn't like committed to the anime. So there's a specific anime called Yu Yu Hakusho that the intro I'm playing off an idea that I was inspired by. So hopefully I'll see that, get that, and whatever. If it changes, then I'm sorry, but right now that's still a plan. So man, I'm going to the school. I'm going to the school at the time, and I'm going to the school at the time. I'm working, and then I come into a rock and a hard place because I went through probably like 2 or 3 semesters, and the now that we're getting into audio recording, too, I had to take audio recording too, and they only took this class can only be taken once a year because they limited. Can only be taken once a year on Wednesday at 3 p.m. And if not, you gotta wait till next year, and it's gonna be and you'll figure out whatever the date is. And bruh, I couldn't take that day. Like I couldn't. Like if I wanted to continue being the supervisor, and I'm like, nah, I'm not gonna. I can't because if I stop working or if I can't. How am I gonna pay my rent for this warehouse that I'm staying at right now? How am I gonna pay my car? How am I gonna take my girl out? How am I gonna go spend this $300 on studio time? Like, you know what I mean? Like, and yeah, bro, I had to quit, bro. And that shit was like that's the one time though. It was like crazy how like my whole school journey when it came to middle school, high school, even my early college, I didn't give a fuck about no goddamn classes. I wasn't even I didn't see. I might have said I cared, but like I didn't feel like damn I can't. I'm excited to come to school. Like I'm excited to be participate and all that shit. That was the first time I was, and I never got to finish it. And then it's crazy now too. Like long story short, goddamn the school ended up getting bankrupt, which I think worked in my favor because I think I owed some money, but I don't know how that shit worked. You know what I'm saying? Man, so I'm grateful I got to experience that. You know what I'm saying? Like I got to learn about different microphones and like how all that shit's important. I got to learn about acoustics. Like we got to build like the what's this shit called? The the shit on the wall, man. The shit that absorbs sound. I forgot the goddamn name. It's been such a minute since I've been over there. But we made our own. Like, and it was he was showing the more high end ones of how expensive they are, and it's like, well, you could buy this material at this place. Like, literally, I made my own. I lost it in the warehouse, but I got one. And I remember we had to make that shit. We had to buy the fucking wood. We had to get the fucking foam shit in the inside. Then we had to get the thing that you come over. And it's interesting because like a lot of the places I had to pull up to, I didn't even know they exist. And I'm like, damn, this is fire. Like that means when I have my own studio space, I can make my own shit. I don't gotta buy it. I could just. Now I don't know how it's gonna work in Puerto Rico because now I gotta figure out where everything at over here. But at least I know, okay, all right, it's important. Like even acoustically, I didn't realize that like if my speakers and in my room are not set up a certain way out loud, I'm not gonna hear the sound the way it's supposed to be heard, right? So like some small like having the speakers in front of you kind of set up like a triangle, and your head should be in the midst of the triangle. But you got to make sure you got the shit on the wall because you don't want the sound bouncing. Right, and so now you're not even hearing it the way it's supposed to be heard, and then you got to make sure that the wall in the back, you got the diffusers in the back, and like all this little things that I didn't care to know at the time, which the homies they were on it because like now at this time I'm learning all this stuff or whatever, and I'm still like I'm going to random studios and shit like that or whatever the case may be. Because at the same time I'm mind you at this time my homies are still making music, right? They still make music, and everyone kind of got their own thing going on when it comes to that. But they was really locked in at the time. But the things that I'm learning in school, they kind of already was like they been kind of past that or figured it out their own way. And I remember at the time, like, man, I ain't finna, cause like, bro, why don't you just pull up the track? Like, we can record this, that, and the third, like, you know what I'm saying? Woo woo. But I was like, I still wanted to kind of like prove myself. right? Like I needed to get better. I'm like, nah, I'm not there yet. That's how I felt like I'm not there yet. But I don't know what chain events took place. I think it's around the time me and my ex was splitting up at the time. Um, but I remember toward this end, that's when I was making free jewels, right? And I remember those sessions, man, because like I think at this time I feel like, oh yeah, I'm in my bag. I think I got it really good. I mean, I remember a lot of the verses for Free Jewels. I had them like memorized to like if I didn't hit it at that first take, I got it on that second take. Like those sessions were fun, bro. Recording at Travis' house was always amazing. You know what I'm saying? Like that shit was dope because his shit always sounded phenomenal. Travis is fucking crazy, bro. Like his beats is disgusting. I'm like, and I look at Nick and Travis like the goalpost when it comes to like just being amazing at what you do, like phenomenal at what you do. Fatboy too. Like I like just you know what I'm saying, experts in what they love to lean into. You know what I'm saying? So I was like, man, I gotta come right if I'm gonna go record with the boys. Like, nah, cause the 16-year-old in me is like, nah, cause if they say your shit trash, bro, you ain't gonna I ain't even gonna give them a reason to say no shit like that. That's what I cared about. You think I'm thinking about the world? Man, I don't give a fuck about what enough, man. I'm gonna feel my, but the homies, nah, bro, I gotta come right, bro, cause they coming right. They not playing with this shit. Know what I mean, and so when we ended up like not reconnected because we always tapped in, but one was like, all right, bro, like you want to make this tape now? You finna, oh you, all right, cool, we finna lock in and like, man, those some fun, dope ass sessions, bro, and I love, that even the way it's set up, bro, like I remember my idea, so y'all don't know about the breakdown for Free Jewels, but if you haven't ever heard this before, but if you look at the track listen for Free Jewels, if you remove the skits, the album is 7 songs, right? The 6 songs that are mine, all represented. I'm sorry, the album is 7 songs, and the 8th song is Nick's song. So every song on Free Jewels, from beginning to the 7th song, right? Again, minus the skits, all represents a chakra point, right? So hit me out. You know what I'm saying? So Anarchist Son, which is the first song, that's the foundation, right? Grounded. I'm showing this is the beginning, right? Red chakra, right? When you go into Chasing Amy, that's the love song. That's the lust, right? The desire. That's the orange chakra, right? You go into Outlaw, right? Willingness. I'm hungry. I want this. The willingness. You go into BWIG, which I know y'all don't know what BWIG stands for. Black Woman is God. I know that's kind of controversial, but scientifically, every human being on Earth has a mitochondrial DNA that's over 280,000 years old that leads back to a woman from South Africa, which they call genetic Eve, which says to me is that the black mother is the mother of civilization in every race on the planet Earth. So that's why I called the song BWIG. And obviously I was like in love at the time and shit when I wrote it and stuff like that, so I just wanted to, say some real shit, right? And play off my real life but exaggerate it a bit so it's not like talking about something specific, right? Anyways, BWIG, Heart Chakra, what's that? The 4th song, Heart Chakra, love. Then you go into what's more important. Hold up, what's the track, man? I don't almost forgot. Damn. I love Free Jewels too, bruh. Like I don't like from a technical level and all that. I know it's not. I know it's not the best thing, but hold up. Return of the Jedi. Return. I need like 50 bands. I need to stuff these white faces in my skinny pants. I'm calling my dog and I am myself. What you know about struggle? What you know about hustle? What you know about work? Like no one love you. I met this pressure for years, but I can't fully got bills. I gotta sharpen my skills. I gotta show that I'm willing to do what I gotta do to go get it. And I gotta pay for time, cause I ain't wasting no minutes. I ain't wasting no moments. Dropping cash on my mama, ducking, dodging the drama. My karma looking enormous. I don't know what the fuck I said, bro. He's not a real rapper. He just memorizes lyrics. Shut the fuck up, man. I'm rapping every day. Leave me alone. Alright, boom. What's more important is track 5, right? And that was me, like, expressing, what is more important and verbalizing it, and connecting that to the throat chakra. Then you have good intentions, which is the third eye. Thank God I don't open my eyes. Thank God I don't open my eyes, and now I question why. I swear that was my shit. And Travis made that beat too. I was like, bro, it's funny. Initially, when I said something dark, I was really trying to say something like Mob Deep, boom bap, and then he made this eerie. I'm like, oh, this actually sounds way better. Like, this is why you're phenomenal. And then Free Jewels is the outro. I just want to be somebody. I can't leave this dimension till I make it out of poverty. I climb the camera, only got to get it out the mud. Traded in the Mima for a bad bitch that I love. And anything I gotta make sure that I own. Cause I don't want them cracks trying to repossess my home. Stuck inside the system, I've been rich and I've been poor. Convicted, committed quack. Some draped up a polo. Sick, I ain't fuck, I fucked it up. Can you blame me? This ice sitting nice above a ring. I got so many things I don't know where they could put it. Have the shit that I own, grown folks think is stupid, but fuck it, I'm a hustler, I'm gonna go and cut the bands, stunning all these bitches, pass the keys to all my friends. Anything you want, you gotta mix it. Act like you got it. I even stuff skinny something in my skinny pockets, I'm wildin', but I can't live my life like this. No, sucking a sister that don't got love for me. You got love for me. Good times, man. It sounds way better than what I just rapped and performed, by the way. It's been a minute since I even recited this for years. That shit. But yeah, bro, just making that whole project, like, even given the circumstances I was dealing with at the time, because now I'm being insecure now, because, like, fuck, I lost my relationship, right? Because for whatever that situation was, I'm living in a warehouse right now, and who trying to fuck the rapper in the warehouse? You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm in Miami too. Like, people outside, bro. Goddamn, all rappers are traveling up and down this bitch every day. You think these bitches that I be on video shoots with gonna try to fuck with me living in the warehouse? So I'm thinking, like, nah, even though that's not true, and that wasn't true, because obviously, like, I lived a very great life. So, but still, like, when I'm alone in my thoughts, those are things that would creep, and it was affecting me. So, given all that was taking place at the time, then really leaning into, like, nah, let's get this shit done for real. Like, nah, fuck that. I'm forget it. Like, and Free Jewels, wow. I didn't even think I was gonna talk about Free Jewels, but this is cool because we can go into the albums as we talk about these different phases. Because, like, right at this point, I'm still working at this place, right? Thank God for, like, the circumstance, because even though me and Shorty broke up, we was still like, hey, we not seeing eye to eye, but this not gonna affect all this other shit going on. You get what I'm saying? So I appreciate her being, like, a real woman for that. And shit, pat myself on the back too for being a stand-up guy. Most people like, fuck that bitch, I ain't on that none of that time, bro. I have great relationships with the people that I genuinely fuck with, and you know what I'm saying? Like, I remember I ran into my first girlfriend at at King of Diamonds, bruh. And I remember I went there because the baby was performing at the time. And I think it was, when was that? I know I got the video clip in, like, the fucking in the 3M Down South video, and that shit was so fucking gas, bruh. Because it's funny, because I remember going, I'm like, because I was like, nah, fuck that, I'm gonna see the baby perform. You got me fucked up. I was bumming him crazy back then. I just knew, I'm like, look, I know I'm going to the King of Diamonds, but I got enough to get inside. Thank God I already got buzz, so I ain't gotta worry about fucking not having something to smoke. And I'll probably be able to just get, like, one drink and then just vibe. I just want to see smoke. I could be kicking and smoking, and fucking I want to watch the performance and just slide. That was really my intention. So I pull up the King of Diamonds, and whatever. The first thing happens, me and the stripper smoker. Share a joint or whatever. And I'm just sitting there. She's like, "Oh, I'm gonna do my rounds. I'm gonna holler at you later." And I got strip club etiquette because I have homegirls that were dancers and people I was close to, so I kind of know how that universe works. And I perform that bitch a lot. I've been to strip club a lot of times. I'm not trying to say this, bro. Oh yeah, strip, no, because I wasn't in that bitch going. But I knew the baddest bitch in there, and I would sit down and she'd go, "Oh my God, Amaury, come here." Give me a hug, and then all her friends would come around. They look like I got something going on, but I'm really broke, and I'm over here picking her up to take her ass home. Like I'm not even there to have fun. Anyways, um, yeah. So I'm chilling, right? So I'm just like I'm waiting, and then I see someone like walking to me, and the only way I could describe this, Method Man got a story where he talks about like he ran into like Suge Knight and Diddy or whatever, some random club, and he's like sitting there kind of like out of it, and then Queen Latifah like comes like walking like bopping like this. I remember him just describing that story, and that's how I felt like Shorty was walking toward me, because I'm looking like, who the fuck is coming to me, like who's that? And she's like, Jose. I was like, what the fuck? What you doing here? She's like, oh, me and my homegirl got a section or some shit like that. What you doing? I'm like, man, I just came here to see the baby perform, bro. I ain't even gonna hold you. She's like, man, why don't you just come vibe with us? I was like, word, bro. And we turned the fuck up that night. That shit was so cool. And I remember, it's so funny. She's so fucking, like, she's always been like that. But I remember even being kind of surprised. I'm like, damn, this is crazy. Like, I ain't really been in your same space in years. And now we not only have, you invited me to a good time, you got your homegirl dancing on me and all type of shit. I'm having a great fucking time. Right? And I remember being drunk as fuck at the end of the night. Like, man, I just want to say I appreciate you. I know we was kids and I gave her a hug and whatever. But I say that to say that those are the type of relationships, or like, those are the type of friendships I still have with people from my past. You know what I'm saying? Like, even if we haven't spoken in a long time, there's people that I love, bro, that we might check in every couple months or whatever the case may be. Like, you know, especially with adulting is a motherfucker, bro. Now I see why, like, especially back then with my parents and stuff, they rather be at the crib. Like, they're not trying to do all the extra stuff. My dad, that's why I got a lot of my shit that I stand on and like, and not care for off of my dad shit, because my dad has obviously been making music since he was 16. He's 70. He about to be 76 this year, right? So, when he had me, he was older, right? My dad was 40 years old when he had me. So by the time I'm 10, 15, 16, he already passed the, oh, I'm gonna go turn up and those other stuff like that. So there be shit motherfuckers invite him. Like, even recently, he got they asked him to do something, and I forgot what it was. My mama said it, and I'm thinking to myself, like, why Pops ain't do that shit? Like, and it's really because, you know, like, he don't care. Like, he never did this shit for like fame or like none of that. He loved it, and it was a way for him to provide for his family. You know what I'm saying? So like, I carry that, and I see how he act about stuff. Like, he's not like, he could have super rich friends. My dad ain't gonna ask him. He got nothing in his pocket. He not finna, like, what? You know what I mean? Like, I get whatever I gotta do, I can do on my own. So I got that from my old boy. Shout out to you, my daddy. Jado. My daddy sounded kind of like a pause moment. That's my dad, so I don't count. And Wayne said it too. Yep, I kissed my daddy. I think they pissed that how rich my daddy is, and I'm scared that's not what my daddy. Call me his lead sheet with my daddy. This me, but don't this my daddy. So that was just my daddy. Hello, here, hopping home. It's your daddy. And when I say D, I don't mean the cat. I mean these nuts. Yo, come on, bro. Rick Ross, Tip, Stunning, Fat Joe, and I can't forget Briscoe. And yeah, I just squashed the bullshit with Zoe. It's a bakery here, just trying to get dough. Shout out to my dreads, my Haitian Chicos. You looking for me, ho? I'm in the 305. I'm the best rapper alive. Homeboy got a line, better line. Man, what y'all know about that Wayne, man? It's crazy. I know Wayne verse better than I just had my own shit. Isn't that some bullshit? That's some. But damn. See, and we about to hit that third one on the counter because I'm about to lose my goddamn train of thought. But nah, we was talking about fucking the free jewels. So going back, cause the chakras and shit. So so on and so forth. Everything is a chakra point. So I made it that way, and I wrote it that way too. Like, all right, I'm gonna make the first song. This is the second song. This is the third song, and I'm gonna go all the way to the seventh chakra point, which would be the outro.
And it's interesting because I kind of took the same approach with WVR, even though this time it's different because not only am I just writing the song, I'm also making the beat and I'm mixing it and I'm recording it and I'm mixing it myself. So this is like, you know what I mean? When I made Free Jewels, I was at a, it's like I just bought 2K and I put the game in the CD and I got my mod player. But I ain't get the 2K that got the 128 VC. You know, I mean, they got the $150 version of 2K that gives you NBA TV for free for 3 months and goddamn 500,000 VC. I came in the game with the regular 2K. So I'm in that bitch with my 2K shoes, my brown T-shirt, and the gray ugly ass sweatpants, right? That's the level I was at when I made. You know what I'm saying? But I can still ball. I'm still getting my points in. You feel me? I'm still gonna show up on the court. You know what I mean? I ain't ain't no nothing. I'm still gonna play, but it just look trash. Now, you know what I'm saying? I done got me some VC. You know what I'm saying? I done got me the Jordan 1s and that bitch. I done maxed up all my fucking everything but performing. Performance at 0 to 0. My skill tree on performing and just visuals, that shit low slow. But everything else, twos, mids, 3-pointers, flows, hooks, goddamn songwriting. My sliders have been going up. Some of these are at 99% too, man. Like discipline and work ethic. That shit at 99, bro. But yeah, so this is different. So with WPR, this is like, you know what I mean? This is the what Free Jewels would have been like if, I mean, completely different, but you know what I'm saying, you see the connective tissue because I'm talking about where I was at in my life in Free Jewels for the most part, and I wanted it to sound good, but I wasn't thinking about hits, I wasn't thinking about slaps. So if you hear transitioning into 111, I'm still working at the airbase I'm at the shelter at the time, but this is like right before COVID. And what I was telling you guys about when I did the showcase, right? Because all that happened relatively about the same time. I went to the whole King of Diamonds shit happened, whatever. I'm like, oh, this is fire. And then I see this shit happen. I'm like, oh, this is the universe. Okay, so homie just performed here. I see that fuck it. I'm finna spend my little last to go ahead and make all this shit happen. Thank God my dog was staying in North Carolina, so I got to go pull up on Killer House, and like, we was chilling there, and he's like, bro, this shit go. Like, I remember too, we was I guess this would be a good pivot point. I can tell the story for real, because this led me to making 111. So, I said, like I said, right? I seen the thing for the performance. I seen the advertisement for the performance that they was looking for. Someone to join the team. Woo woo. And I could be mistaken. I could have read this wrong, but at the time when I seen it, I thought it said 15 people. So, my ego and my, me just feeling myself to the utmost because I'm performing, I'm getting reactions, people clapping and telling me I'm good, and this, that, and the third. I'm like, there's no way possible out of 15 people that they gonna be better than me. It's just not. It's impossible. Now, did I have the right to think that way at the time? Hell no. I'm just thinking about the music I had at the time. Ain't no goddamn way you thought you was gonna be better than them 15 people. Is you crazy? I had Free Jewels out and 3 AM Down South, and that was it. That's all I had dropped at the time. And to be honest, once I dropped Free Jewels, you know what? I'm gonna put a pivot marker right here because I think this story has to be told first. And it's gonna be short. I'll make it short as possible. But around this, after I dropped Free Jewels, I had met my homegirl, this artist named by Saint Combe. That's my motherfucking dog. I love her. She is phenomenal, right? Like, she's like, I don't like doing comparison things, right? But she, like, I like in my head, like, oh, she's like my SZA. Like, this girl is amazing at fucking singing. She's like, she has all the qualities to be like a star. She always carries herself like a superstar. She's beautiful as fuck. She's Haitian. She can sing her ass off. She's smart. She can play instruments. She had a band. She got all type of shit going on. This girl is fucking. She's like the whole package in one. And she put me on game to the extra call because I've done it before, right? Like another homegirl of mine had me and the boys pull up and we all got paid $100 just to be there. Like, oh, this is cool. But I didn't know this was like a thing that happens constantly, right? So she's the one who took me to my first time going to the Love and Hip Hop set. I think it was season 2 that they was filming at the time. And she's like, yeah, this I know this girl. She's a casting director. She's like, look, come, you'll meet her, and then you could plug in and move. So, and granted, let me just to backstep a little bit. I'm sorry, I know I do this a lot, but I had no idea we was going to a Love and Hip Hop set. She just said we're going to a video shoot. She wasn't being specific, so I'm like, in my head, like, fuck, video shoot. Hell yeah, let's go. I just got on the table trying to get people to know who I am. We pull up to some club, and the first thing I notice how, like, cause again, I'm pulling up, I'm not realizing what we in right now, right? So I'm seeing there's a bunch of like how like if you go to a video shoot, there's stuff, people, staff, motherfuckers running wires on the floor trying to connect it to the audio, all type of shit going on. I'm like, this is kind of crazy. I've seen this in like the behind the scenes on DVDs and shit, but I never seen this in like real life. So I'm walking around and I'm seeing people that I don't really know, but I recognize, right? Like, who are these people? But it kind of look familiar. And I'm like, yo, Steph, where we at right now? Like, she's like, oh yeah, we're in Love and Hip Hop. Love and Hip? You telling me this now? What the, for real? Then the kid in me came out again, because I'm like, oh, this is so cool. I'm seeing the dude fuck with the camera, like, hey, what's that? What's that for? Why you doing that? Well, this is for this. Like, I'm just here like, oh, this is fucking gas. So once I figured out like the game, like, oh, you tap into the casting directors. The casting directors cast opportunities, right? And you might be selected. But in Miami, there's always a lot of reggaeton videos and a lot of that was a bunch of reggaeton videos and random commercials. And a bunch of hip hop videos too, but I've been in a lot of fucking music videos. I was in the Tiana Taylor, Wale, and Bryson Tiller music video. I was in the Fat Joe music video. I was in the goddamn Eladio Carrion. I was like on 2 of his videos. It's funny because I seen him at Comic-Con. I was like, I wonder if homie recognized me. I don't like bothering people, bro. That's one thing I learned about being on set. Don't fuck, like, if it happened naturally, like, just, cool, but like, I done seen some unfolded opportunity. It's so funny because it's a true story. It's weird talking about it because like this is me realizing, oh, there's shit happening here. This could really, now it's like, oh, I'm running into celebrities and shit. I ran into Iceberg in a random fucking there's some shit going on. I forgot the name of the place, but right next to Finger Licking has a bar or something right next to it, right? The name is not coming to my head, but they had some night where it's like, oh, female rappers night, and I'm like, that sounds fire as fuck. A bunch of bad bitches rapping. I'm gonna go. This is me on my random side quest after work. I go sit down the counter of Iceberg right there, and I'm like, what the fuck? That's Iceberg billionaire, bro. Like, you understand? Your sound, your music literally was high school soundtrack. Every time we go to a pep rally, a goddamn party, they playing 70% Iceberg, and then after that, motherfuckers is Wu-Tang and sticking and juking, and I'm so high, girl, you just might be the sexiest thing up in the club. Not the Kid Cudi got his version, you know what I'm saying? That's fine, but this is the one we grew up on, you know what I'm saying? So, anyways, again, I'm over here side questing in conversation like I always do. Yeah, so once I got a taste of the background actor life, I went so crazy in that because there was something to do almost every other day. So now it's like, oh, I'm going to this, or Monday I got a video shoot after work. Okay, cool. On Tuesday, oh shit, Iceberg and them performing at such and such. All right, fuck it, we going there. Oh, Wednesday, oh, there's this TV show for some random fucking novella. Like, I was doing that damn near every day, and my work schedule at the time was so sweet because I was starting at 6 a.m., leaving at 2 o'clock. That gave me the whole day to do all that shit. And bruh, some of those days, bruh, I just have my work clothes in the car. I don't even take a shower, bruh. I know that sounds crazy, but I literally go to the performance, or like either perform or fucking doing these things. And if I stayed up too late, I go drive to my job, park at the Walmart right next to it in the parking lot, set the alarm on, sleep for 3 hours, get the fuck back up, and go back into the fucking facility and work. You know what I'm saying? And drag that fucking day, bro. Cause I'm telling you that, y'all know how it is. You sleep 3-4 hours and you was lit the night before and you tired, but you gotta do your responsibilities every moment. Feel like the mountains on your goddamn back. So anyways, I'm doing a lot of this. Going here, going there. That's why I found out about the Miami pop-up shop. Shout out to Made in Philly because he had some fire ass. I'm sure he still has, but or doing performances and stuff. But I remember at the time it was dope as fuck, and he was one of the only people that was throwing performances that like people that were known were like pulling up to. Like I remember the first time I went to this girl. Damn, what's her name, bro? She invited me to because she was performing for the pop up. That was my first time actually going there. So she's performing, and I pull up, and I remember Jim Jones was there, and I'm like, what the fuck? That's motherfucking Jim Jones. And then and yeah, bro. And then another time, I think Zoe Dollars was there. Oh man, this is a goat. This is a goat story, right? This is because this is around. All this was happening around that time, right? Like right before I made 111, and before I tried to do I went to Charlotte to the baby showcase and shit, right? So this is one time it was this night was so fucking dope, and it's so funny. I be wanting to say the whole truth, right? But I don't want people to be feeling some type of way, so I don't want to say what I'm gonna say, because like, well, I'll say this, right? You know how people, I can't say it without kind of giving away, so I won't. But I'll say I thought something or someone was gonna be there and it wasn't, right? And I was like, was this a thing or whatever the case may be, right? But anyways, this night was still goated as fuck, and I remember cause thinking like, oh, what? I'm gonna come clean, bro. I done put the suit on. You feel? I had an all black suit on, and I found some shit at TJ Maxx where it was like a blazer, but that shit was kind of like some suede shit. Right? I was like, oh, it's gonna look hard. I'm gonna have the black skinny sweat. I'm gonna have the black skinny slack pants on. I'm gonna have the black button up, but the button ain't gonna have no fucking collar. It's gonna be the little shit I got at Zara, and I got the goddamn black suede like thing. And then I had the little, have my unk hanging out, my unk chain or whatever, and then the fucking little goddamn army fatigue bandana to the front like Pac with the braids. Oh, bro, I was out there clean. And anyway, so we go perform at a pop-up, and a bunch of, man, this era was so cool because like the homies from the video shoots, they might not have been making music, but they was pulling up. Then we had other artists that I fuck was pulling up. I remember even rest in peace, Danny pulled up to that performance, bro, because he was looking for me, because he pulled up late and he's like, bro, I ain't finna pay $30 to perform if you're not finna fucking if I miss your performance. I mean, pay $30 to get inside. So damn, I remember even my homegirl Versatile pulled up. That was a fucking raw ass day, bro. But anyways, I'm getting to the story, right? So we pull up, we go to the performance. Me, granted, we pull the performance. Yeah, Brandy was there too. Whatever, right? We and then there's a girl that I was like crushing on and stuff that she was pulling up as well. That was a part of video shoots. I fuck with her heavy. She was so bad too. I would say her name, but only if another time she might be a random conversation. But so whatever. We go perform. Shit was cool as fuck, and I'm hyped because I'm like, oh, I performed something I haven't got to perform yet. That was like one of the songs that would eventually be a part of 1-on-1. And so we end up right after I perform, you already know I'm hopeless romantic. I'm in Shorty ear. I'm like, all right, cool, this is dope. I'm like, Shorty, this baddie with me, you know what I'm saying? This goddamn the homies I'm like, how we about to turn up? So Shorty had to slide, so I'm like, oh, let me walk Shorty to the car real quick. So I end up walking Shorty to the car, and I end up just sitting there talking to her, and we smoke a blunt and talk about whatever for whatever long, right? The homie Moselli texted me. He's like, bro, where you at, bro? I was like, man, I walked Shorty to the car, bro. What's up? What's happening? He's like, bro, I just seen a little twist. And just to give you context, right? Me and my bro Veli, me and this nigga big, like huge Wayne, like he's just as much as a Wayne fan as I am, right? So like anything that like I remember when the Drink Champs episode of Wayne was dropping, which was, I was funny. I was performing at the pop up at the time, but that was a different time. And I remember I had the goddamn the Jordan jersey, the All Star Game Jordan jersey on with the orange bucket. And my little bro gave me that shit too. He didn't have to do that shit. That's shout out to Josh, man. And he gave me the jersey. I'm like, what the fuck? Why you giving me this? He's like, nah, bro. Like, I think it was a Christmas gift or birthday. I don't know. I still got that bitch too. That's ain't going nowhere. That's my favorite jersey. But I remember when the Wayne Drink Champs episode dropped. It was the same day we was out performing, so we was like, oh, this is hype. Like we about to. Or it was announced something. I don't know. It's like, well, we got to get about to get a Wayne Drink Champ. You know, Wayne don't even do interviews like that. And this Drink Champs, we already biased because that's a Miami thing. You feel me? We had just performed for EFN like a couple months ago. Like, bro, all that shit happened at the time. It just, man. Anyways, neither here nor there. So whatever. He texted me like, bro, I just met Lil Twist. I'm like, cap, bro. How Lil Twist here? He's like, bro, yeah, bro. I was just, bro, and then he sent me the photo that he took with a Little Twist, and I'm like, damn, that's so fucking dope. And I'm like, bro, because he's telling me to pull up, like, bro, come meet, bro, like, bro, he cool as fuck. And I was like, nah, bro, that's you, bro, like, not that I didn't want to meet Little Twist, but I'm like, you know how certain people get like, I've been in spaces where somebody might have wanted to really meet somebody, and somebody overstepping ruins the whole thing. You get what I'm saying? Perfect example. I was at the Fat Joe, Bryson Tiller, and Dre video for the album they dropped, Family Ties. Family Ties, that's your hard ass fucking album. Wait, it's called Family Ties, right? Let me make sure I'm not bullshitting. Dre, Fat Joe. Yeah. Family Ties. Yeah, I thought I was tripping. That's a good album. So they got a song. One of the videos that they shot for the what's the song called? Cause I'm in a video. If you squint, hands on you video. And it was a 2-day video shoot. One day we filmed at. It's so crazy. All this shit I'm talking about is at, like, you could see it because in the 3 a.m. Down South video, right? That I have clips of that day where I was like, oh, because my homie Carlton, damn, all right, rest in peace to Carlton too, bro. It's crazy that I think about it, like, a lot of people not here, bro. That's just kind of wild. And Carlton, he was the reason he plugged this into that video shoot. He was one of his, hey, bro, what y'all doing today, bro? I think they got a video shoot. And I remember Brandy pulled up first. And when Brandy pulled up first, she texted me. She's like, bro, where you at? I'm like, bro, because we had a park. And then you could tell this was a bigger production. Because a lot of times when it's a smaller production, it's not all this extra shit we got to be doing. So we had to go. It was somewhere like north, like mid. It's somewhere by the beach. We had to park at a specific place, get in a fucking like little golf cart, and then the golf cart take us to some random ass fucking mansion in the middle of fucking Miami, the rich side of Miami. I never get to bear witness to in my regular day. And so anyways, so Brandy, that's crazy. I went from talking about one story and jumped to the other, but we gonna continue this over with. Continue this. So Brandy is goddamn telling me like, yo, you know Fat Joe is here? I'm like, you lying? No goddamn Fat Joe at the goddamn video shoot. And she's like, no, I think Fat Joe's here. I heard his voice. I recognize that voice. I'm like, all right, I like Brandon. Because granted, a lot of these times when we get an opportunity, they don't tell you who's the artist or whatever, because obviously, like, let's say it's a Wayne video, everybody go crazy, want to go to the Wayne. They'll just go not to because they're trying to get into acting or they really do the extra shit. They just doing it because it's Wayne. So to prevent the people that are not supposed to be there, they don't say who the artist is going to be. So I remember he pulled up and it's me and Carlton was there because we had pulled up around the same time. So the first person I seen was fucking Hitmaker, but I didn't know him as Hitmaker. Like I like in my head he's still Young Berg. Like I remember watching Young Berg on BET. So he walked by. I was like, oh shit, Young Berg. Like, but that shit just spurred it out of me. And he turned around and he dapped us up. I was cool. And then he was like, man, y'all he said something about alcohol, bro. And just coincidentally, because, you know, they so strict when it comes to the extra, like, stuff. So I be trying not to avoid the bullshit. I don't get trouble about production and stuff. But the homie, I get something about alcohol or whatever. And then Carlton, like, shit, I got a bottle. And he ended up, well, man, I thought it was so funny. I'm like, bro, you just gave a bottle to Berg, bro. Like, we laughing and shit, because it's like, bro, it's crazy how all this shit's happening, bro. We was just, because he worked at a Lorca, too. And the homie Brandy worked at a Lorca, and Veli. All of us worked at a Lorca, now that I think about it. We was all hustling at the same place. So I'm like, bro, we was just taking calls for DirecTV back to back, man. Now we around celebrities, bro. This is crazy, like. So we tripping out, and then we find out that Dre's in here, and then Fat Joe popped up out of nowhere. I'm like, bro, this is wild, bro. I can't believe none of this shit is happening right now. It's some fucking Illuminati shit. I was like, oh, what's going on, bro? But man, that was such a good time. And so the video took place in 2 different places or whatever. But anyways, that was just an example of like all this crazy shit that was happening or whatever. And going back to the pop up that same night, because I kind of diverted. Right, as the homie telling me that he met Lil Twist, goddamn. All right, I said bye to Shorty when she ended up leaving. I walked back, and they're like, "Yo, we in the back." Like everyone's in the back somewhere, right? And actually, no, I lied, bro. I lied. The Lil Twist happened after the fact. Before that, after we performed, everyone kept walking to the back for some reason. So me and Shorty had end up walking to the because it's in the whatever venue they rented out. It was like outside area, but then there's something like it was like they had like a trailer or some shit like that on the side, but it was the entrance of the trailer was facing away from the actual from inside of the venue, like the space where people were performing at, right? So you had to like kind of walk around it, so you want to see what's on the other side. So we ended up walking back there, and it's so funny too, because me and Veli was just having this conversation about. He's like, man, Dwayne Wade is my favorite basketball player of all time, because he know mine is Kobe, but it's like Kobe Wade. But the Kobe is biased because of how I told y'all like my big cousins and I'm just a West Coast fucking biased motherfucker. I'm sorry. My bad. I'm probably been holding the mic wrong the whole time. This shit sounded ugly. But my boy was just telling me how big of a Dwayne Wade fan he is, right? So when I walked to the back, I don't know if I forgot the time. I don't know who spoke to him first, but I think it was Brandy. Brandy was talking. I'm seeing her talking to somebody, and she come up to me and she's like, "Hey, bro, they doing interviews back here." She said, "But you would not guess who this is." I'm like, "Who is that?" Like, that's Dwayne Wade. Dwayne Wade's dad. I'm like, Dwayne Wade's dad? What the fuck? And I'm like, that's cat. Ain't no way that's Dwayne Wade's dad. So then we end up and because I don't know where Veli was at the time, but he ended up popping up, and I'm like, bro, we were just talking about how Dwayne Wade's your favorite fucking basketball player, bro. His dad right there, bro. And then we was chopping up with Dwayne Wade's dad for a minute. It's funny because they had a podcast called Way Different, and we all 3 of us ended up having an interview that night, and it's on YouTube. That shit's crazy. My bad. I'm looking back at my phone because I just remembered I was supposed to this whole conversation started because I was trying to look for a picture of me and Benny Siegel, bro. I'm so sorry. See, I can see why the women in my life can't stand me. Like, I like you, but I can't be with you, bro. Yeah, you too sporadic. Oh man, damn the times, bro. Let me see if I find this picture with Benny. It's so random. See, look, these are the homies I was just talking about. They go Veli, they go Carlton, they go Brandy, bruh. That shit's crazy, man. For the audio listeners, I just shoot. Oh, boom, and I found it. There we go. Look, there go the picture of me and Beanie Siegel, bruh. How fucking funny. And I'm looking at this. I had 4 gold chains on my neck. See, look, I was splurging on bullshit. Nah, I ain't gonna lie. I ain't gonna sit like I had them big ass thick chains, but I had a bunch of little ones. How funny, bro! With the West Coast, with the LA Blue Dodger hat to the back, the fucking dad hat. How funny, bro! When was this? I don't even know. This is a screenshot from my older shit. Yeah, bro. Man, those are the days, bro. And I can't wait to have like my homies and shit and people that I fuck with like kind of participate, so because they can really tell. Like Brandy would really be able to break the down story better, because she'd be like, yeah, you know, he's here, and we all did the interviews and this, that, and the third, and then you walk with such and such back here, and then Velly ran into Little Twist. And, man, that shit was crazy, bro. It was like a movie. Every day was like a fucking movie. Um, and so this was like all the time too. Like this shit was like a weekend thing. We was doing this shit like 2, 3, 4 times a week, just out constantly. Now, granted, like I told y'all, I was making a lot of money at the time, right? So a lot of the stuff that I was doing, I don't have to do that every day. Like I understand performing and I understand spending money on studio time, but I'm doing a lot of things every day at the same time. Like if I go back to my stories on Instagram, like from between like late 2018 to like 20 right before COVID, bro, there was always some fire shit. I was random side quest I was on. But you know, it's the main thing that I stopped doing, and I'm just gonna be 100% honest. I stopped working on the music during this time, and that was my biggest mistake. Meaning that I was still making songs or doing little features here and there, but I'm talking about mastering my craft. You don't hear no freestyles from 2019 from me or 2020. I ain't really start like really cooking until like 2021, because now I can record myself. Why I'm gonna go pay why I'm gonna pay for studio time and go rap on other people's beats when I can rap on my own stuff, right? You know, at the time I was paying for studio time to record my songs. I was goddamn paying for beats. I was spending a lot of bread. And I remember my boy Nick, even after the whole, because I kind of already told y'all about the baby performance type thing, the showcase, right? I already talked about that. But after the showcase, I was like, damn, bro, like I'm doing this shit for a minute, bro. I don't think I was disheartened, bro. I was like, fuck. Like I really thought everything in my spirit told me like, nah, that's you. And it didn't pan out the way I thought. And I'm like, man, and it's crazy because it blew my mind, because I'm like, the night before I flew to Charlotte, I went and performed at the Ghost Bar by accident, because I wasn't actually supposed to perform, but someone was like, hey, does anyone want to grab a mic? I jumped out right on stage real quick and had a fucking standing ovation. And then goddamn the next day, everyone like seeing the reaction from the performance. I'm like, okay, this ain't. I guess I'm not as good as I thought it was. But I remember my homie Nick called me. I was on my lunch break, and I was just like, man, fuck all this shit, bro. And then he got on my chest. He's like, bro, fuck all that, man. Like he snapped on me low key, and that kind of transition. He's like, bro, what you need to do is you gotta connect with Fat, bro. And he's like, y'all should lock in, bro. He's like, man, he could teach you how to make beat. You could do this shit yourself, bro. Stop spending, bro. How much you spend on studio time? What, $60, $50 studio session? How many times you go to the studio? Nigga, that's XYZ, bro. You putting that shit in a stock or whatever. Like, why is you spending? And he been telling me about investing, but I'm being stubborn, because like, no, I'm gonna fulfill my dreams. But I wasn't preparing. I wasn't allocating my funds right. Because think about it, bro. Let's say I'm paying $500 for the warehouse. I'm paying about $300 for a car, another $300 for insurance. I'm just talking about bare minimum shit, like nothing else, right? Probably had $1,500 on bills at the time, right? But if my checks are $2K plus, what am I spending my money? Why don't I have some type of money saved? And I was at that job for a minute. That base was open for damn near 2016 to 2021, give or take, right? So we talking about damn near a 5-year period where like shit, I done dated this girl, broke up, and all type of shit, like, but I was still in there. So all this time took place, and you ain't got nothing saved, you ain't put nothing in no, you know what I'm saying? That was my mistake. That was my fault. It was my bad. I didn't go about it the right way, right? And you know what I'm saying? That's what led me to just making bad decisions. But the interesting part, at least for me, is like all those mishandles end up leading me back into like locking in, and then, you know, cause I'm eyes wide open. Oh my gosh, celebrities, and we're performing, and people are seeing us, and I'm taking photos, like everything, you know. And then that's why what turned me off from going out too. It stopped becoming fun, where it felt like a job. Like
all right, yeah, we gotta pull up here because such is gonna be. We gotta make sure we get this picture. If we don't get this picture, then like, and these are not even my thoughts. These are like, you know what I'm saying, like, how everyone kind of moving at the time, not just me, right? Because I'm thinking like, I like things to happen naturally. I don't want to force nothing. And everybody kind of move different. Like the way when I pull up to the spot, I like to vibe. Let me vibe first. Let me get my little drink. I smoke something. Let me just chill and just let things happen. Let God just do shit. Is that the best approach? I don't know, but that's my approach, right? Where uh, like Veli, he know how to move and he know how to communicate with people. Like he's really good at socializing, bro. So whenever he end up sparking the conversation, chopping it up, he know how to communicate hella well. And then Brandy, she hella strategic. Like, all right, cool. Like we finna. Oh look, I ain't gonna lie, we should be over here. I'm like, wow, like, cause what such a over there. Like I remember one time, I don't know if Davies was performing, but he just happened to be there. And like me and Brandy, only two people that don't get a photo with Davies. Like, and it's just like, hey, like I don't know what she told his security or whatever the case may be, but she's like, bro, come here. I was like, all right, what's up? And I'm like, oh shit, we go. And I remember, I'm drunk and my stupid. I know he probably don't even remember this shit, but I rapped hit Davies' verse. Cause I remember dapping him like, bro, I'm a fan, bro. Like this is one of my favorite verses from you, and I rapped it to him. I don't even know if he heard me. That's the stupidest thing to do. We're in the fucking, it's live music playing, bro. Who the fuck wanna hear like you rapping? He probably think I'm rapping my verse or something to this nigga, but I was rapping his verse from the goddamn I see the clarity that song with him and Nip, and that's my shit too. I've heard that in a minute. But I remember rapping his verse to like, or a piece of his verse to him or whatever, and like dapping him up. I got a fucking photo of that shit too. But bruh. So I'm doing all this shit and all these things are happening, but I'm not working on me. I'm not sharpening my skills. I'm not sharpening my iron, which is the most important thing. I'm thinking, all right, I got a tape already. I need to be seen. And if I really think about it, I wasn't even pushing it for real. Like, I am, but like I'm more trying to, hey, I'm Amaury Love. Like I'm Amaury Love. So I'm not focusing on the pen or whatever. So like when all that shit happened and I'm already like kind of turned off by like kind of doing the same thing and seeing like, oh, this shit became high school all over again. You know what I'm saying? That's really what it become. And that's really what it felt like the at the time, like the hip hop scene, at least from my perspective, and what we was doing, it felt like high school. You got the popular kids, you got the rich kids, you got the people that think they cool, but people just fucking with y'all because they trying to use y'all for whatever the case may be. Then you got the people in kind of like my little pocket universe that like, he might got something going on, but we'll, you know, because it's hard for me to big myself up. I can't talk about me like in a public space. It's kind of weird. You know what I'm saying? Cause I'm not trying to be, cause I know my value and I know, like, I know me. You know what I'm saying? So like, I don't feel the need to like, whatever. But anyways, it felt like high school, cause that's what high school was. The whole time I didn't even know I was one. Oh, word. No wonder all the females. Like, if anyone knows what that mean by that, then you get it. You know what I'm saying? Like, I have to, you know, matter the way. Like being out the way. But once this shit start feeling like high school, and I'm starting to see, I'm like, I'm getting turned off of this shit, and like I'm just seeing this all like everyone, whoever's cool, that's what everyone's like leaning into, or if this person got the bread or whatever, like it's not. It didn't feel it didn't feel genuine, and but the hip hop purist in me and the love for this shit, that's what kept me like excited. But then when I'm saying like, y'all don't even love this shit for real, y'all don't even really love this shit, and then I was thinking like, damn, I'm not even treating this shit like I love it, cause I just got an album and a single out. I'm not even working on the next thing or making music or whatever the case, or I'm making songs. Like I'm trying to make songs so I could perform, because I'm realizing at the time I'm like, damn, I need people to connect. So this wasn't in my vocabulary. I'm saying, I know I need a slap. It's like an Oakland term, but I got that from like watching or listening to DJ Head. So that was I'm thinking like, I need a bop. I need something that's gonna hit, because it's not like,
I'm rapping and I'm doing these songs that thinking I'm a little Hove, but I'm seeing that like, nah, the person that got the turn up song getting way more reaction. He don't even rap that good, but everybody turned up and repeating this man's lyrics. And I'm sitting there like, bro, what the fuck am I doing wrong? So I'm practicing, like I'm trying to make a song like that or try to lean into that, but I'm not leaning into what I love and leaning really into me. You know what I'm saying? And so it was so like all that bullshit had to take place because then when me and the homies like reconnected, it felt like goddamn recording at Fat Boy's crib, being 16, 17, 18 years old. But as adults, cause now, hey, we got money, bro. Like I'm at Fat Boy's crib, bro. My dog married right now. Like what the fuck, Fat Boy got a wife? He about to go to the army. That's so cool. He was about to leave. I had just got me a gold Beamer at the time too. Only had that bitch for 3 months, and then it turned into the 111 album cover. Oh my god, that gold Beamer was so hard. I remember that's the first time I bought my, and it was under my name. I bought, that's my fucking car, bro. I went to the dealership, bro, and it was the same dealership that my ex got. Cause my ex used to drive a 5 Series Benz, and 5 Series Beamer, and which was hard as fuck, cause I, you know what I'm saying, we was dating at the time, so I'm like, that shit kind of like it's not my car, but shit, I get to whip it, you know what I'm saying? She a girl, she wanted, and I was going through whatever, so that was ill. But I'm like, man, fuck that. So I felt good, cause while she had the fucking 5 Series Beamer, I'm in this goddamn blue Impala and shit, and that shit would fuck up every other 4 months. And so it felt so good to get that gold Beamer. So I'm pulling the Fat Boy crib in the gold Beamer. We started to work on, like, first he taught, like, we worked on the album, and like he just random, we just praying with shit. Like that was so cool. It felt so free. It felt like being a kid. I remember being like, man, I need something like you know, it's funny. Damn, this side note, 444 is one of my favorite albums. So if you listen to the song Cool Kid, right? The way that I originally wrote Cool Kid to Marcy Me. Back when Fat Boy first got Pro Tools, nigga, nobody got a high fit. I was working there with Dixie making minimum wage. I was skipping my class and kicking with insecure smoking bitches. If I ain't got me no pussy, at least I got me a picture. Picture me rolling up every afternoon was annoying me. Hopping kept people wild. Think about that, like the way I rap that could fit on Marcy Me. Back with that, and the vixen was a vixen, and Message J was a lot. Oh man, I see. I don't know the words were. I don't know. Back when Ratchet was a Ratchet and the Vixen was the Vixen and Message J was a lot. I was in the kitchen cooking one. Yeah, that song was phenomenal. Marcy Me. But I can't like that approach. So I'm thinking like, damn, like all that came from like, bro, I got this. I wrote these 6 lines to Marcy Me. Let's make something like that. I'm gonna turn this into a song. Like it was just that freedom, bro. Like 111 was such a free project to make. I don't think it's my best project, but it's definitely the most free. Like me and Fat had fun. That's the first time me and Fat locked in for a project. Like Free Jules was like me and Travis, and then even though Travis didn't really do a lot, he produced a song on there, and he really produced, like, I don't mean beat make, but he produced the tape. Like the person, his hands was on everything sonically and everything. That's why it sounds so good to this day. And Fat Boy was the person that gave me the, 111 was, built off the back of that. And then goddamn and then Revenge of the Nerd is when I first made like every beat for that tape. That was my first like original thing. That's why WVR is a perfect sequel to Revenge of the Nerd, because that's my 7 Day. That's like that's like I don't even know, that's like my American Gangster or something. And I don't mean that like that, but like that is a part of Jay-Z's discography, but that was like a motion picture. Like 7 Days, The Manifestation Theory is my 2024. That's me. Like, damn. Oh, they're saying hip hop is dead. Oh shit, Kendrick popped back out. Oh nah. Like, what? Hold up, man. The leader's back, bro. Come on, man. Take this presidency over, bro. Cause like They not running this shit right over here. Um, just like you know how just like how Pac was saying how like he was like man, like I'm the president. Not he didn't say it like that, but he was talking about like East Coast versus West Coast is almost like like who's the president, like who whatever, who's gonna run this for the next 4 years, who's gonna make the rules. So I'm so glad when Dot came and created Independence Day. It's funny because I was watching the goddamn. Bruh, Glasses is so fucking funny, bruh. And I know he be dead ass serious about everything he say. He mean that shit. I know it. I absolutely know it, bruh. But he's funny as fuck, bruh. They was talking about May the 4th. And this is the funny thing, because you know, like, May the 4th is like the Star Wars Day, too. Make the 4th be with you. So, it's not only May the 4th Star Wars Day, but that's also Hip Hop Independence Day, because that's Euphoria Day. That's the day. You know what I'm saying? The rules is back. That was so funny, bro. I swear to God, that shit had, like when it was talking about it, it was like, bro, that shit had be rolling. That's neither here nor there, bro. But anyways, bro, like, man, I ain't gonna lie, I gotta cut this pod short, man. But I talked about what I want to talk about. Talk about working at the base. I got up to like 111 as far as the storyline. Damn, I know there's so much more. Like I talked about that I'm probably talking about in another pod, and some of these things I'm talking about, I'll probably be able to at a later time, like more go into deeper layers, especially when I have the people that were experiencing these things with me to be able to contribute in the conversation. Because like there's probably things that's out of not in the forefront of my mind that they see, things that happen. It's like, oh shit, I remember that. Oh, that's so crazy. So I can't wait. Oh, also. Special announcement. Not this Sunday, but next Sunday is my birthday. So that Saturday night, I'm gonna do the birthday stream for the pod. And not only am I gonna do that, but I'm thinking I'm gonna play the album for y'all, like live. And I think that's how I'm gonna be able to get the homies on here too, because I already spoke to like my homegirl Jazz and Tiff, who they acted on the project, it's like on skits and stuff. That's gonna hop on. I'm gonna see if the homies can hop on, like on the birthday stream. And I think that'd be like cool to do. Definitely be cool to do. So I can't wait to do that and release this album that I've been working on for like how long? The June maybe. I didn't work. Damn, worked on this for a year. Nah, yeah, kinda, cause it was originally the manuscript, and then I turned it into WVR, but cause I didn't record nothing until I got here, and then I record everything back to back. So I record Dogma, then I record. No, I lied. I recorded the songs at the tail end of last year. And then, yeah, because I wrote everything first. That's this funny. Like this is, we're going to another time. My bad, because I just want to hear talk y'all all goddamn night. But this is also a podcast, and I have to make sure that I'm making things what's this shit called? Goddamn absorbable, digestible. Absorbable is crazy. That's not probably not a fucking word. But yeah, episode 4 here. I fuck with y'all, man. Thank y'all so much for tapping in. Whoever's listening to the audio version, thank you so much. I really appreciate your time. People taking their time to listen. To the people tapping in on YouTube, I really appreciate y'all as well. I low-key was like, man, I might just stream a game today, like, cause I'm proud. I finished the album, bro. I'm proud. I'm fucking proud. And but I still got I got a freestyle I need to do. The freestyle I'll probably do tomorrow. Wait, what's tomorrow? Today's Friday. Today's Saturday. Nope. Freestyle won't drop till like I'll probably do it on Monday. I ain't dropping the same day episode drop. You crazy? Episode day. But anyways, I appreciate y'all. Thank y'all for being just tapped in. Like I'm grateful. And till next time, you know what I'm saying? Y'all stay blessed. Y'all stay focused. Y'all stay in high vibration. Y'all stay high. I'm just kidding. No, that's not the message. But I really appreciate y'all for tapping in. This is the Amaury Love Podcast, episode 3. Technically 4, but it's the title 3 because the first one was. Anyways, appreciate y'all. Peace.